that really smells. Oh, that was a real stinker. Oh. Oh.
I was not expecting that.
Oh, I don't know what I've eaten, but blimey Riley, something up there's died. Whew.
Oh dear, I wasn't expecting that.
I've just, I'm in a cloud, I'm in a miasma. It's quite a thick miasma.
Oh, mate.
I may have just done a massive Trump right down the microphone just before we went live there. And I've hoisted by my own petard.
Mate.
Ooh, hey everyone. Welcome. welcome. That was quite a slappy one as well. Welcome. It is Saturday. I was just about to trim Guthorm's toenail as well. It is Saturday. Yeah. It's that time of the week when Colin and I trim Guthorm's toenails. There we go.
Absolutely.
No, when we do some, I don't know, what am I talking about? I'm trying to, come here. Stop rolling about on the desk.
Oh dear.
I'm just tidying Guthorm up. Yes, it's that time of the week when I normally play Skyrim, but yeah, I can't really do that at the minute because Mama Fox isn't reliable enough to have a specific slot, so I just, as and when I can, we'll stream and we'll do some bench stuff. So join me and Colin today at the bench doing more Warhammer. What are we doing, Col? We're doing more what? What are we doing?
Warhammer.
No, what else are we doing though? What Warhammer are we doing?
Orks. Sorry, mate. Oh, a bit slow there. Orks, because it's a thing.
Orks, in it. Yeah, it's more Orks.
Absolutely, mate.
That'll
be your notification saying you're going live, mate.
I don't get them. I've also got nothing. There's nothing. What the? Huh? Something went biddling, but there's nothing. That was weird. There's nothing on my phone at all, apart from a 2-hour reminder for you. Anyway, yes, welcome one and all to late last minute live stream. There you go. I don't even know.
Yeah.
I've not got an alliterative title. Welcome one and all. Before we get going, and while we're recovering from me dropping the worst smell in the world, I shall do a quick shout out to all my supporters, people that make this channel possible. First and foremost, of course, my corporate supporters, emodels.co.uk and goblingaming.co.uk. Your one-stop shops for your tabletop and model making needs. Go visit the links in the description below, they're down below the video. Use those links, it tells them I sent you and I get some income from that. So don't just go to the websites, use those links. And of course, my beautiful, beautiful patrons and channel members who make my content possible. They keep this channel alive, they pay my wages, quite literally. They keep me in kits and they keep me in food and paying the bills. So a big thank you to my patrons and channel members. If you want to support this channel, or Colin's channel as well, because we both have our own channels, then you can go to patreon.com/modelmakingguru. Or you can press the join button underneath any of my videos. That way you'll become a patron or a member. You can support me directly and keep this channel alive. Or you can go to Colin's channel if you want to help support him as well, and go to patreon.com/Festa67s Workshop, and again press the join button underneath any one of his videos and you can become a member or a patron of his channel, and you keep both our channels going. You keep us in expensive Forgeworld kits, you tart.
Still bitter, mate.
Always. Like the Guinness, I am bitter. But yes, you can keep these channels alive and keep us going, because I do this for a living, so I depend on you guys, so big thank you. Don't forget, of course, if you're watching this, we do have the chat in front of us. I've got the chat here. If you're watching this, it's all about hanging out with you guys, so please do come and join in the live chat. If you're watching this embedded on Twitter or Patreon or somewhere else, and you can't see the live chat, click on the YouTube icon that's down in the bottom right-hand corner of the player down there somewhere. That will take you to, what am I talking about? Oh, it's YouTube, yeah, when you can watch it and carry on doing the... I'll start that again. That will take you to YouTube, where you can continue watching and join in the live chat. And if you are in the live chat, make sure to catch our attention, because we're old and we can't see much. You can put the comment in big capital letters. You can do @ModelMakingGuru or @Festa67s Workshop at the start of your comment. The symbol @, not the word @. Or you can do a super chat by pressing the dollar button at the bottom of the chat window. Either way, that will make your comment obvious and we can see it, therefore we don't miss your comments. But if we do miss your comment, we do apologise, because we're old, we can't see anything.
We are old, decrepit, and
we are old. We are old. I am old. He is old. We are old. We are... Oh, that's not a very good song, that one, is it?
So how was your sleep this morning, mate? Because we was a bit late this morning because someone went shopping again, didn't you? So did you sleep all right, or was you having nightmares and palpitations and hot sweats because of Forgeworld again, mate?
I ain't getting on no plane, fool. Yeah, somebody forced me to go into Forgeworld again and buy more nonsense last night. If you didn't watch it, last night's Friday Frolic, somebody forced me into Forgeworld shopping again. There's been more shopping on Forgeworld.
You got to admit, I played that really well because I just lined it up subtly and then just like, and you was in, mate, because you was getting tired by then. It's like, yeah, I've got him now.
How are you, Colin, my dear friend that I don't hate at all, you tart?
I'm all right, mate. I'm fine and dandy, oh buddy.
Yeah, we're up till 5:30 this morning, so I've slept well. I got up at 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
It does kind of shift. My whole body clock's messed up at the minute anyway, because Mama Fox's is messed up. So no, I have to announce something to the internet, and I told Mama Fox I was going to do this to blackmail her into getting up. She didn't want to get up when I tried to get her out of bed and up and downstairs at 2 o'clock. So I said, right, I'll give you your pills now, but you've got to promise me that by the time I finish my stream, you've got to be up and downstairs and drinking tea, because I've got to make sure she's up and hydrating and stuff. That's why I have to get her out of bed. I can't quite trust her to do it yet. So I told her that if I finish this stream and she's not out of bed and up and downstairs and stuff, I will let the internet know and shame her. So
yeah.
So
and I think she was in that not bothered mode, wasn't she?
Yeah, she was in that I'm not awake yet mode. So yeah. So if I hear her getting up to go to loo or something, I might suddenly drop out and go and give her a bit of a nudge,
a bit of a kick.
Yeah, but she was in a very warm and toasty duvet burrito, so I can't blame her.
Candy Graham is wondering whether Edward really bought an Orks Squiggoth as well. Yeah, you never know.
Oh yeah, because he said about a giant orc. He never specifically said it was a Squiggoth, and he wasn't sure because he said like 400 quid, and I'm like $400. I'm like, is that a Squiggoth? I don't know. So he was weighing up the difference between Divorce or a Squiggoth, I think, last night. But he had to leave rather quickly, so we never found out.
Yeah, but the thing is, at least if Divorce does come into it, he gets custody of the Squiggoth.
Well, you don't know, because the irony would be if he didn't.
Yeah, but he could go out and buy another one with the settlement.
Yeah, there is that. That's true.
There's always options.
Yeah. Anyway, hello to everyone. I'll have a quick look at who is in chat, and then we'll crack on with some nonsense. Before we do, though, I'll do the chat first. Very, very quickly, we had Panzer Cat was first in, and I have to say I like the fact that Panzer has changed his YouTube handle to Panzer Cat. This is more than acceptable, and he now gets 100 XP returnable on demand. Candygram is in, as we know. Jeff's in. Welcome, Jeff. Somebody called Festa67s Workshop's in. Don't quite know who that is. Paul Di Tommaso is in. Hello, Fox, Colin, Panzer, Candy, and all in chat. Welcome, Paul. How are you, my friend? The Bobbins is in, and Lynn is in. Hey, big hugs, Lynn and Bobbins.
I'll do.
She says, I'm here now. Start the show. She also says she missed last night's show. Cora Pink is in. Welcome, Cora. Welcome to you. Everybody saying hello to everybody. Everybody saying, oh, Canada. Paul Di Tommaso especially, as our resident Canadian from Canada.
Absolutely.
Hey. Welcome, Paul A. Paul, did I tell you, by the way, about 3 months ago, I found somewhere locally that does poutine. But, importantly, they don't deliver, so I can't order a takeout online.
Oh.
So I've now got poutine within my grasp, but I can't go and get it, and I can't have it delivered. I'm like, oh, it's like a Canadian takeaway. I'm like, really? Wow, that's bizarrely specific. That'll be a lesson to you, Fox. No trumping before a live stream. Yes.
Absolutely.
It's Fox, Colin, and Gotham hugs, says Lynn. Frankie Ghost Hobby was in. Festa hugs, Fox hugs, and everyone hugs.
Hello, Frankie. How you doing, buddy?
Kevin Stevens is in. Oops, steady, Neris. Kevin Stevens says, afternoon, folks. Hope all are well.
Hello, Kevin. Hope everything's all right, buddy.
Yep, hello, Kevin. You can do hugs, by the way. It's kind of the rules in my chats. You have to do hugs. It's all hugs. We can't do the British stoic. Good evening, everyone. Greetings and handshakes.
Yeah.
It's got to be hugs.
Elbow pump.
No, that's personal. That's personal time stuff. Do that when you're by yourself, young lady. Scale Modelling Chaos is in, says, just a flying visit to say hi as cooking a sausage, bean stew and dumplings and helping my 9-year-old daughter Ivy paint some Space Marines. Oh. These are the first figures she's ever painted, and she's painting Space Marines. You're a very good father.
Yeah, absolutely.
By the age of 15, she had an army.
Mm-hmm.
By the age of 20, she was world champion, Golden Demon winning painting artist. Yeah, that's start your kids at like 8 or 9 years old building Warhammer. You're in for a very expensive but fulfilling future.
Oh yeah. Yeah, she'll get her first Squiggoth for her 16th birthday.
Yeah.
Paul's just fainted.
Because the thing is, it may be expensive, but at the end of the day, it's cheaper than sending her to college or university. So,
do you know, that is actually a good shout.
You could spend that money sending it to university, which is a waste of time when you could just buy lots of Warhammer, you know. We're up to Just made myself a tea, bit chilly in the hobby room, says Paul. Ooh, I've got tea. I'm on my Barry's tea.
Oh, good, man.
What are you on? Are you on Barry's tea today?
I'm on PG tips today.
Oh, you heathen.
I know.
I can't speak to you anymore. I'm not talking to you now. PG tips, oh, that's not good. Family friendly, afternoon show.
Why do you think I just said the PG tips there? I knew I'd get away with it.
Candygrams confirms that Panzer's new last name will be less complicated to pronounce.
Absolutely.
Koenig wasn't that hard. I kept saying it Koenig correctly, though. Frankie says he's at home with a big pain in the back, maybe a disc prolapse. Oh, sorry to hear that, buddy.
Oh, don't envy you, mate. I've had a few of them in my time, mate.
Take it easy. Make sure you get
yourself an MRI, mate.
Yeah, make sure you get it seen too. Don't be like.
Don't be like me and leave it, because by the time then it's too late.
Yeah, it was somebody we know who had a bad back and they were putting it off. I can't remember who it was now. Was it Ted? Had a bad back. Was like, no, it'll be fine. It's like, no, go and see a doctor. It'll be fine. Go and see a doctor. Yeah, you've got 13 spines missing or something.
Yeah.
Frankie Fox is sitting at home with a big pain. It's called Forgeworld-itis, says Panzercat. Yeah. There were in the chat earlier on a couple of funny emojis. Candygram posted the emoji of me going bleh, which is exclusive channel member icon. This is model making guru drooling over the Forgeworld page. And then Panzercat of me with the cloud of frustration over my head saying, this is Fox working out his tax return. Yeah, I did that yesterday. Anyway, that's we're up to date on chat. So welcome to you all. If I've missed you out, I do apologise. Do let me know. Like I say, if you want to catch our attention, please do at Model Making Guru or at Festa67s Workshop, or do a super chat, because we'll probably miss your comment. Once our magnifying lens is gone, we can't see shit, basically. Oh, I did swear. There you go. Never mind. We can't see anything. So please do, get our attention. Anyway,
some of the names I was called last night after we came off air, well,
some of them were vaguely biblical, I think. I'm not quite sure about that. Anyway, I can't say a lot of the things I want to say. Gosh,
I know. It's brilliant, isn't it? I'm sitting there, I'm like, I know what he wants to say.
I don't like when you do that, because it means I'm in trouble. When you do that with your hands, it means I'm in trouble.
Yeah.
I'm not going to any websites today. No. But don't you need to go to Games Workshop for some reason? I think you do.
Me? No, I'm fine, mate. I had my parcel arrive from Games Workshop today.
Yeah. Right, well, on that note then, first of all, what are you going to be doing today, and what have you got in the box?
Well, I've been playing with making a base of crumbled road, basically.
Crumbled road.
It's got to be primed and painted and all of that.
Oh, hello, there was the thing.
Bit of broken tarmac.
Panzercat's put a £5 super chat through. Says Squiggoth food donation. Panzercat, thank you very much.
Go.
That's very kind of you. You're a very lovely fella. It's not true what they say about you. You're very, very lovely.
Yeah, there you go.
Fella. Yes. Anyway, go on. Cork.
So bit of crumbled road, and it is simply my stash of self-adhesive cork tiles that I've had since year dot. I think Noah was building a boat when I got these. Just stick them to there, tear bits off, build up the edge of the road, and then it'll be primed and painted. Boom, boom. That's what I'm up to.
Cork is, of course, one of those like universal standby modelers things for doing like crumbly rock and pavement and stuff, isn't it?
Obviously, last night during the frolic, I built all of them.
Just one or two, Mrs. Wembley.
And look, the world's cutest bomb squig.
With a bicycle, with a motorbike butt.
Yeah.
Is it actually a bomb? I don't even know what kind of squig it would technically be, because it's...
yeah, he's got a little grot bomb thing on it.
Is the grot actually tied to it, or is the grot voluntarily sat on top of it?
No, the grot is voluntarily sat on top of it.
I don't know if that makes it a bomb squig, because a grot wouldn't be that stupid. I don't know.
Yeah.
Has it got guns on the... Is that an exhaust on the side of it?
That
little tiny
there. Yeah, that's exhaust, yeah.
He's got an exhaust.
That's a bomb, that's a pipe bomb. He's got a big nail in his hand. He's got some sticks of dynamite on the side of him. I think the box classed it.
Does it?
Classed it? What's classed it?
I went swimmed in the swimbling pool.
Yeah.
Probably tell you what it is.
Yeah. But yeah. It probably would on the box, which is somewhere.
Never mind.
But yeah, so that's what I'm up to, mate.
Awesome.
doing all the things.
Now, what do you want to show what you've received today?
Yeah, 2 secs, mate. Let's just put them away.
Okay. Lynn says, how cute, Grot Bomb.
Oh, they're lovely, Lynn, aren't they?
Frankie says, yes, he was at the doctor's on Thursday, got some injections and been taped. Now I'm waiting for an appointment for an MRT.
Yeah, get it done, mate, because I'll put it off. It worked really well for me, didn't it?
Colin put it off, and then he had to give up his gymnastics career after that.
Yeah. We have got...
Oh, Squig Buggy!
Yeah, this is for a buddy build that I shall be doing later in the year with Dave.
With the cutest squig you've ever seen.
Yeah.
Cuter than the one with the bike butt.
We on about the...
Squig. I think there's a picture on the back. A close-up of him, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, the boom squig.
Oh.
I think he gets his own picture on the back. I think. I can't remember.
No, I can't see it.
I remember there was one somewhere. It might be on the website then. You have to go on the website and have a look.
But it's just like, oh, look at it. And he got one in the gun as well.
Yeah,
oh.
the squig launcher.
Bless him.
Plus there's a whole box of squigs in the back.
So, yeah, that's the latest edition.
And McLeish is in. He says, Widge.
This was me trying to make Fox feel a bit better after his Forgeworld splurge.
He spent 3 pence at Games Workshop.
By giving him a kickback on his Goblin Gaming, bless him.
Yeah. It is appreciated, you tart.
You haven't forgiven me, have you?
No. I will eventually.
I've got to find him on the sprue, haven't I? Because
yeah, you got to find him on the sprue. You'll know when you found him because you'll just hear a little squeak.
Oh!
There you go.
There he is. You know, eek.
You can't zoom in, can you? He's a little flat squig. I think it's a boom. I think it's a boom squig. I'm not sure.
Yeah. So yeah, that'll be getting built later in the year.
Lovely. That's you and Dave.
That's me and Dave doing that. I might actually build it and get another one and build that as well. So
you probably have 8 of them. They are those little vehicles. They are quite good fun. I've not painted any of mine yet, but they are really good fun to build.
Oh, they're great fun, mate. I have thoroughly enjoyed doing the Boondacker Snazwagon. It's been one of those. Don't know why, but I've thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah, the only one that doesn't interest me is the Shock Jump Dragster. I don't know why. I'm like, I think it's because it's got no humour in it.
Yeah, I find it a little bit plain, if I'm honest.
Oh, I just moved on my cushion and some of that trunk came out of the cushion.
Oh, it didn't. It was stale gas.
Yeah, it was like a cushion creeper.
Oh no.
Andy McLeish is obsessed with the widge on that squig.
Oh, mate.
Is there anyone watching now who didn't see my Squiggoth last night? If they want me to get it out, I'll show them my Squiggoth.
Yeah, go on, get it out, mate.
But I'll show what I'm going to be working on. Last night I built, even though Colin built like 1,000 pounds of plastic, weight-wise, I built like 5 dudes. I'm not going to be working on the Squiggoth for a while, but I started building the Orks that come with it just to get them out of the way so I can just put them in the box and then they're done then. And they're old style Orks and they've got the stupid Ork gorilla butt, which I really don't like. It's this stupid back, and it just looks like... it just looks like they're twerking. I really can't stand it. I don't like it at all.
You made that quite clear last night. You threw a brilliant wibble about that.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, that one, it just looks so stupid. It's like, are they pooping or twerking or what? I don't know.
It's doing a Miley Cyrus, mate.
I don't know what that means. But yeah, I don't like that. So I built 5 of them. So today I'm going to carry on. I've got 5 more to build, and then I think I've got 5 more of these boys, the same ones, and then I've got a boss, I think. And then I appear to have... Si Reynolds is in. Hi Reynolds. Hi Si. He says, Fox Replay says, damn, old school Orks can improve your Squiggoth. I appear to have a sprue of Warhammer Fantasy Orks. Which is weird. You get 10 Orks and you get like a load of Warhammer Fantasy Orks, which is just bizarre. But you only get like 3. What do you get? Yeah, you get 4 of them. So you get 10 boys, 4 Orks, and 1, I assume, boss. I think that's a boss. sprue, but he's got like 3 torsos but 1 let of legs. So I think I'll get a boss. So I'll build the other orcs today. They are old school Warhammer orc boys, yes. I'm just building these ones size, so I've got them with the Squiggoth. I'll probably get some better ones, but I'm building the Squiggoth to possibly sell it anyway. So, excuse me. Did people? Am I getting my Squiggoth out? Do people want to see my Squiggoth?
Yeah, I think they want to see it. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll get the box. Big hugs to Cy Reynolds, though.
Absolutely, big hugs, Si, mate. Hope you're all right, buddy. Nice to see you.
For those that don't know, the Squiggoth seems to be, how can we say, anatomically correct.
Yeah.
Very anatomically correct.
I've just got this vision of you with the optivisor on, with, dare I say it, your tongue poking out the corner of your mouth trying to paint that.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
like,
yeah.
What colour should I use? What can I use as a reference picture? Oh no, Google search. Oh.
Yeah, I was going to say, please don't use. No.
It's like, honestly, I was looking up. I was doing it for an artistic reason. Yeah, this is the body of the Squiggoth. You can see how big this beast is. Look at it, it's the size of that. Just put a smiley face on there. It's a big chicken, but look, it's anatomically correct.
Yeah, look.
Squigwidge or squidge, as we were calling it last night.
Yeah, you sure it ain't a squig cannon with a little squig in there?
Well, there's something in there visible. There's even the little. Something's actually carved in the relevant anatomical details, which is really quite disturbing. And I've got to say, when you look at it on Forgeworld, it's not immediately obvious that that's there.
Yeah.
Because they kind of photograph it in various angles that you can't. So yeah. So.
Yeah. Do you think they've sneaked it in the hope that the bosses wouldn't spot it?
Well, it's pretty hard to. I'd be surprised if you could miss it. To be honest, once you. Yeah. So that's me Squiggoth. It's a big heavy bugger. I've got my little howdah on that. And a face only a mother could love. So there you go. If you've not seen it, that's how big this thing is. I have ordered. I had a search this morning, and I do indeed have some brass rod.
Oh, good man.
I have ordered some JB Coldwell epoxy putty.
Yeah, JB Weld, yeah, good
epoxy
shout.
stuff. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill holes, use a brass rod to downwards to mount the head. And I read somewhere that what you can do is you can get the JB Weld on there, but also some super glue.
Yeah.
And then you put it on, the super glue kicks it in straight away, and then the JB Weld cures slowly so it doesn't fall off while it's curing. So, and yeah, that's kind of it. So I'll put that back in the box. It's quite heavy.
Proud of you, soldier.
I'm proud of his soldier. It's quite impressive.
Yeah, I don't go much on his beret though.
Well, yeah. Steady nose. I don't know when I'll get round to the Squiggoth. I've got other things I need to do first, so. But I'll get round to it. But I'm just figured right now, if I get the Orks built, then it's done and out of the way, innit? Yeah. Yeah. Big hugs to Cy Reynolds.
Absolutely. Chris is in. Hello, Chris. Hope you're doing all right, mate.
Hi, Chris. Welcome. Does it at least have an armoured butthole, unlike the poor horses of the Death Corps? It appears to have no butthole visible because the tail hangs down over it. But the tail is armoured. The Death Corps of Krieg do, of course, just have visible... That's true, yeah, the Death Corps of Krieg, they've sculpted visible buttholes on those. Visible poop tubes. Yes. Andy McLeish says, I ignored the Oculus advice. Oh. Was he looking at Squidge? In Oculus,
I think so.
In VR. Yeah. That's huge, says Lynn. And Panzer says, that's what they all say. You got a bag of bits as well. Bits and stuff. So, but yes, I'm going to make some more of the Orks today. Take great care if you're going to use a securing bar that will be drilled at an angle. It is really tricky to get the mating hole and lined properly, says Candygram. Yeah, I've never really done it before, so I'll be winging it a little bit. I mean, theoretically, if I just used epoxy and super glue, it'd probably be alright anyway, because the head isn't that heavy, but even if it's only a little tiny bit of rod just to lock it in place, that'll be enough. I think. I hope.
He hopes.
You hope. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. I do need to order myself a drill, but I don't know what kind of drill to get. I need something that goes slowly.
Yeah. I should do a bit of research for you.
Yeah, I looked online, it was like, I don't understand any of this. They all start at like 20 bajillion RPMs. I'm like, well, I want one that does like 5 RPM.
Yeah, you just want a variable speed drill driver type gadget.
Whatever you're using, that's what I need.
Yeah. Oh, that's just a little Bosch.
Bosh. Oh, I'm still full screen. Apologies. Hang on.
Yeah, that's just a little Bosch one, that is, mate.
Would that drill into resin?
Yeah, that's what I use to drill into my resin prints.
Send me a link for that, then I'll get one of them. There you go, if you've used it. It's just so I can drill slowly, and it can do a big enough bit that I'm not just using like pin vise drill bits. Si says the trick is drill a small pilot hole 1 or 2 mil deep, slap in some paint on that whilst the paint is still wet, make the head and body together, then you know where to drill at least. Yeah, that's what me and Cole were talking about. It's probably what I'm going to do. Because it's not like I can, like I was saying yesterday, if it was 2 thin things I could just drill a hole straight through and they'd be lined up.
Yeah.
But I can't do that because the head's too long. So unless I got a really long drill bit and went through the back of the mouth. It's also making sure the head is on exactly where you want it, so we'll figure it out.
You'll get there.
Or a radical idea, Fox, use large magnets. That is a good idea, but I'd need to also seal the gap around the head. So
Yeah.
and then if it came off, that'd destroy all the sealant. So I'm going to have to do some filling around the neck, I think. But anyway, I've got ages to think about that yet. So I'm going to build some more gorilla. But what I am going to do, the guys all come without bases. So I've ordered some base. I've got some spare bases. I've ordered some little metal discs, steel discs, 27mm, that will go inside bases. And what I'm thinking of doing is putting magnets inside the feet of each of the boys.
Yeah.
So that, like I say, if I do sell this, then whoever has these has the option of taking them out of the back of the Squiggoth and snapping it onto the magnetic base, and then play them on the table then.
Magularity.
Yes, because they don't come with bases, and I don't think they're supposed to have bases when they're in the back of the howdah. So, yes, but we'll get some more of these built today. Anyway, how are you, buddy?
I'm fine and dandy, mate. Seriously windswept and slightly interesting.
Ooh, a little bit of yacht hair going on. Oh wait,
yeah.
maybe not.
Yeah,
that
good
bit.
luck with that. Yeah.
In fact, I'm going to make the boss first. I think I'll make the boss do.
Yacht hair.
Yacht hair. Candygram suggests Velcro, but again, that would make the head sit proud of the body, and I still have to fill the.
Yeah.
I've got to fill the gap between the head and the body, so it needs to be permanent.
I mean, the only other way is put a really long drill bit on there and go through the back of his throat, but then you're going to have to try and fill backfill the hole that the screws made.
Well, that's all right. The back of the throat, I've not a problem filling that. It's just having a drill bit like that long.
Yeah.
Andy says, use 2 brass rods and twist them together and make a corkscrew style rod. I'm not Superman. How would you?
Yeah, this is Fox we're talking about here. He's not Tommy Walsh, not by a long shot.
Because he said the epoxy will grip into the twists. I know what you mean. Yeah, it's far too much. That's far too much complicated building that. What I will do is make a hole slightly bigger than the brass rod, and then I can coat the brass rod in epoxy and stick it in the hole.
Yeah.
And of course, I do know to scrape and scratch the crap out of the surface to glue them together. I know what.
Yeah, to key it. Yeah.
Yeah, I've ordered some FFP3 masks for the working on the. Well, I've got a couple of dust masks, the standard DIY dust mask, but no, I need proper. So they're just disposable 3M ones, but like single use.
Yeah.
But they're FFP3, which is particulate masks. Right, let's choose a head first.
Yeah, you want the right stuff. You only get one pair of lungs, mate, at the end of the day.
Yep.
And,
I smoked for 25 years, but by God, I'm going to wear a dust mask when I work with resin. Right, let's
but it's only when you've had about a resin cough and you think, I should have worn my mask.
I don't know which head to use. Do I go for helmet with massive dirty grey
Panzer is saying, Fox, tell us what you bought. From Forgeworld.
Oh, yesterday. Well, I'm not going to go and show you, because that means going to Forgeworld. But
Damn, he didn't fall for it.
Yeah. Are you having little secret messages in Facebook Messenger offline that I don't know about?
No, I wouldn't do that to you because I'm your friend.
So that's yes then, is it?
No, that would be an ecumenical matter.
So yeah, I thought so. Colin forced me to buy the Forgeworld Mega truck thing and another super cannon to go on the back of it.
Oh, dear.
Anna McLeish says, remember to wash the resin. Yes, I know about that.
Yeah.
Also, you spelt my name wrong.
Yeah.
La la la. I like the idea of actually. Although I mocked it slightly, I do like the idea of using the brass rods and twisting them together to make a corkscrew. I think that'd have to be thin brass wire though, like thin brass. You can't really twist a hollow brass rod, but yeah, a solid.
Yeah, you could probably use, the brass wire you get for heavy paintings.
Yeah.
That stuff. That would probably work. I've got a big reel of that if you want a length for that.
No, I've got a few brass rods like that I got for mounting flying models onto and stuff, for like so I've got some of that. It's just really to be a connection point between the two parts, so if I do it at a downward angle it's not going to go and fall off like that, you see.
You don't want a floppy rod, mate.
No. The other alternative would be the completely lazy one, would be to somehow get some very thin flexible metal and then do it around the neck to cover the gap, and then also just put some screws in there so they look like part of the actual armour. Yeah,
almost you're building it a collar.
That's probably the stupidest thing I could probably do, actually, thinking about it. Instead of just gluing it and putting a rod in, I'm going to construct an entire piece of armour.
Yeah.
Damn, he didn't fall for it again, lol.
There's time.
Yeah, he forced you to buy it. It's that, not extortion. Or is that not extortion? Asked Darren. It's not extortion, it's just bullying.
It's just me being a git. But I worked it really well because he was adamant all the way through, I am not going to Forgeworld. And I'm like, yeah. And then I just observed the tone of his voice and I'm like, yeah, he's getting a bit tired here. I might go for round 2.
You're just such a tart.
Yeah, let's go and have a quick look. You haven't got to buy anything, mate.
You really are just an apex predator, aren't you, when it comes to that kind of nonsense?
Absolutely.
You only prey on the weakest or the youngest.
Tell me that you wouldn't do the same.
Absolutely.
Exactly. Because you're going to get your revenge later on in the year when I've saved up. Because
well, no, because you're going to go and buy it anyway.
Yeah, you'll be like, my revenge is complete.
I'll be like, how much more than the cost of the Gargantuan Squiggoth have you saved? By this much. Okay. Just asking.
Yeah. So, I shall get one.
Yes.
It's one of them. It's on the list.
It is on the list. I don't know which head to use. I like the idea of the top knot. But I also like the idea of a dirty great big horn sticking out of his helmet. But I do like the idea of a top knot.
Absolutely. There you go. Let's have a look.
Keep in mind, of course, when an orc has a top knot, it's not actually hair, it's a hair squig. Because orcs don't have hair.
No, there you go. That's another one.
Jam a dirty great squig on the head.
Yeah, I could have a pork pie squig, couldn't I?
Oh, yeah. That's probably a thing,
Yeah.
Oh, actually, I could have...
Squig out.
I could have the top knot with the skull on it. I like painting skulls. That's even better, actually.
That'll work.
Yeah. It's not as funny
Forgeworld not do skulls.
I'm sure words were coming out of your face then, but I'm not really sure.
They were.
Now, do I give him a backpack full of rockets or a backpack full of bullets? Or a backpack full of grenades? You've badly influenced many people already. Stop moaning because Colin did it to you. Honestly, what a whiner, says Andy McLeish. It's true.
Absolutely, true. Andy. He dragged me, kicking and screaming, down this Warhammer roll. Yeah. I put up a mighty struggle for over 2.5, nearly 3 years. And he dragged me into this Warhammer roll.
Dragged.
And I resisted. I got the wife on my side, and that's where I lost it.
Yeah, but now he's been at the bench for like the last 6 months non-stop doing Warhammer. H is like, you know what? I fully support this.
Oh yeah, I didn't even get a rollicking for going on Forgeworld. I was like, bloody hell.
Sam Reynolds says, brass rod's not is so soft, just chuck it into a drill, hold the other end with pliers and go slow. Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Well, yeah, you should be able to, use the rod as a drill bit.
Candygram's disappointed that Forgeworld didn't include some sort of key in there to support the weight of the head. Yeah, it's kind of weird. You've just got the recess. It's like you think you would have built like a key and keyhole, really.
I mean, when I do my 3D prints, that's one of the first things I do is use a primitive to make a keyhole.
Yeah. Andy McLeish has got you banged to rights. He says, Colin lies. You squeaked like a child when you saw the orcs.
Oh, mate, I must admit, you had a vision. You obviously know me better than I know myself, because it's like he kept saying to me, "You are so orc," and I'm like, What's he on about? But yeah.
Yeah. Kevin Stevens says, put a head on a spring, then you've got a nodding dog you can put in the car. I like that.
Absolutely.
Here's one. You'll like this one. Candygram says, a friend of mine bought resin top hats for a big group of his orcs. It made them look quite dignified. Why do I think that's the best idea ever? Hat.
Why do I think I could scale down a pork pie hat and resin print a load?
Yeah. You clearly need to get a war boss or a boss figure and make a festive version.
Got me thinking now.
So I've got all these extras for this boss, but with no instructions, I don't know what I can add. I'm going to give him the power claw because, of course, I'm the power fist. Because, duh. Of course, he's going to get a power fist. Stupid not to. That's a sign of the Squiggoth's age, to be honest. More modern models have pegs, etc. Yeah. 2.5 years, more like 2.5 minutes, says Panzer. But the Festa revenue was a class act.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I like just the way Andy's like, lies, you squealed like a girl. Yeah, it's not untrue.
Yeah, I must admit, squiggy noises may have been made.
Yeah. May have. Can I give him a backpack and... No. That's rubbish. I want to give him a backpack and a standard behind him, but I can give him one or the other. I'll have to cobble together a thing jammed into his backpack. That'll work.
Yeah, that'll work.
What do I do? I could give him... No, I can't give him that. If I'm going to give him the power fist, there isn't really a left-handed... Oh yeah, there's a bolter, shooter.
Yeah, you had this issue yesterday, didn't you, where you had some bits and pieces, a plethora of left arms, didn't
plethora, you say? Well, it's quite a big.
No.
It's quite a big sprue with lots of options for just one dude, which is quite nice with the old style figures where you can do that. You can have all the different things put together.
But you was thinking that they had given you more than one sprue, wasn't you?
Well, yeah, because the weird thing is, Forgeworld says comes with 8 crew, which includes the driver, which means it's 7 dudes and a driver. And I'm thinking, well, you can't get a sprue with 7 orcs on it. But then they sent me like 15 dudes. And if you look at the 9th edition rules, it says can carry up to 20 people. So I'm like, I don't know if they know what they're doing. So either they sent me too many dudes or they just haven't updated the website. Now, does that jaw fit on the head?
Or is it because it's gone to 9th edition and the rules have changed, they've just bunged in an extra sprue to make it playable?
Could be.
Damn, did I just do a gameplay quote?
You just
I
did. You did some thinking.
Oh, there's no hope now, is
Do
there?
I need to call you Cronin the Cunning? Cronin the Cunning.
Cronin the Cunning.
Have you been folding your thinking grots again?
Yeah. I may have been thinking about a gaming table.
It is the correct thing to do. I must admit, it is exactly the correct thing to do.
It has got an appeal to it, I must admit.
Because it's a table on which you can do the gaming.
I can imagine now, if Max is watching this back, he'll be going, yes, my mission is complete.
Yes. Well, I can send you all the mats, can't I, from Warhammer Conquest. So it just means you don't have to, until you get around to building an actual diorama terrain for it, you can just slap them on the table.
Yeah.
Stick some pieces on it, some texture thingy pieces.
Well, I have been looking at terrain recently, haven't I? And it's like, subliminally.
I beg your pardon. You can get that seen
word.
to you, know.
Yeah, that word as well.
You can get pills for that. I'm not hearing Mama Fox going out of bed yet, lazy cowbag.
It's 5 o'clock. So,
Yeah.
what time was you giving her till?
Don't know. I'll give her a nudge in a bit.
Yeah. She made you a promise.
She did.
Unless she's stealthily gone past.
She could have gone downstairs, but I highly doubt it.
No.
Because she would have gone to the loo first.
Yeah.
She made me a pinky finger swear. Pinky swears.
Yeah.
Well, she was half asleep and sat grinning maniacally when she said it.
Yeah, she's a Swiss roll, mate, in there. That's what she's done. She's gone back to sleep.
She's just a cow bag. Is what she is. Cow bag.
The internet is disappointed in her.
I said, Mum, the entire internet thinks you're rubbish and that you need to
She'll
get your
just
arse
go-
out of bed.
She'll go, so?
She'll go, nah. The thing is, once she's downstairs, she's fine. It's just trying to get her out of bed. He's like, oh, come on, get out of bed.
Yeah.
She may not have slept well, so... But, you know, I need her to be downstairs drinking all the tea and things.
Yeah. You don't want her dehydrating, do you?
No.
That's the thing.
Not at all. Am I on camera?
Yes, sir.
Just about. Just about. I've got to move my camera back, haven't I? Hang on. Let me just readjust my parts.
Oh, Neris.
Because I was adjusted for my Squiggoth thing, wasn't I?
That's right.
Right, am I? Let me just make sure I'm in focusing. Hang on. Where's my
Soon
controls?
let you know, mate. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, near enough. Near enough. 720p, nobody really cares. Doesn't really matter. Right, so... a friend that helps you spend your money, the only excuse you will ever need, he made me do it. That's true.
Absolutely. It works.
Squiggy noises, is that Colin sitting on his man bits again? I've been there, done
Yeah.
that. Something,
yeah.
something that happens to every man at some point. Especially,
it's-
why? It's always when you're wearing shorts, though. I never quite got that. Why is it always when you're wearing shorts?
Yeah.
It's not very often that you ever do it when you're wearing anything other than shorts. You know, when you're wearing trousers and stuff like
You
jeans.
garrot yourself, don't you? And it's like, oh my God.
Yeah, there's some compression, unexpected compression in the bagging area.
Yeah.
I just made that up.
Hey, mate, it sounded good, though.
Unexpected item in the... Yeah. Little delightful trickling sounds, always welcome.
Oh, yeah, the fish tank of goodness.
Well, the snail tank of one fish.
Yeah. The fish was desperately trying to guilt me earlier because it was feeding time. It was like, yeah.
It's also like guilting you and saying, can I have some friends, please? Because it's all snails and I really can't stand them. They're weird.
We very nearly got some friends Friday, but yeah. After my rollicking, it was like, yeah, I just wanted to come home and sulk.
Ah. You mean you're justified rollicking?
Yeah, but yeah, I shall get some during the week because I'm allowed back out in public during the week to
Oh,
go and
dear
get
God.
the fish.
Everyone be aware. Colin might be out
Yeah.
in public. Hide everything.
Yeah, lock
Valuable
up
or not
everyone.
valuable, just hide it.
But yeah, she said, "Well, go and get them next week then." I said, "All right."
What are you going to get?
Don't know yet. Depends on what I see in the pet shop.
I'm glad you didn't just say fish, because I would have just virtually slapped you in my mind if you'd said that.
No, wouldn't have done that, mate.
Yeah, you would. You just didn't. You didn't.
Probably some swordtail, some more platties. Depends on what's there, mate.
Is it freshwater or saltwater?
It's tropical fish tank.
So warm.
Warm freshwater.
Warm freshwater.
Yeah.
What's the most awesome thing you can get for warm freshwater? That's the lowest effort.
That'll be a bristlenose plec
Ooh.
bottom feeder.
Is that like the little gold things with the floppy? Fins
No,
and
they're
stuff?
guppies.
What's a plec?
You know the one that sticks itself to the side of the glass.
Oh yeah.
One of those.
Ooh. Can you get like? You know what you really need to get?
Piranha.
No, you need to get some isopods. Although you can't get deep sea isopods, they don't work. But if there was only like a tropical isopod equivalent,
Yeah.
brilliant. Isopods are cool.
Yeah, I was thinking of trying to get some shrimp in there.
Get some sea pigs. But you'd need to obviously get a pressure of like 1,000 atmospheres as well going on, but that's not really practical.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
What do you collect?
Yeah.
I collect sea pigs. My
Yeah,
tank
can imagine that.
My tank is 4,000 feet underground. It's fantastic. Can I see it? No, you die. Okay.
Of course, I may have one or two snails as well.
What are you going to do with all them snails, dude? You're going to have to do some sort of culling at some point because you're just going to.
Yeah, and an assassin will go in.
Ah. Do you win a free model if you can spot him?
Yeah, you can't miss them, mate. An assassin snout's about yay big.
All right, cool.
So you let it do its thing, and I have a breeding tank in there. So once the assassins had a bit of a clean up, the assassin will then be moved into the breeding tank, and then brought out when he is next required, should we say?
How often do they need to eat? Can they go out? How long can they go without food?
I'll just drop an algae wafer in there, mate.
What, for the assassin? Oh,
Yeah.
biscuits. I've had all your meat. Now it's biscuits for the next 6 weeks. Okay.
Yeah. But no, I mean, it sounds cruel, but it's nature at the end of the day.
Well, the assassin snail's happy. He's getting fed. He don't care.
Yeah, you know, these snails, you know, if a fish meets its demise, believe you me, mate, they can devour that in about 4 hours. So,
Oh yeah, that's why you have them. Keep the tank clean.
you know, so at the end of the day, it's pretty unnatural tank. You know, if a fish dies, it doesn't go down the loo. It's just like, well,
It's food for everybody else.
it's food for everyone else, mate.
Yeah,
It's
the snails.
nature of things,
Snails eat it. Get rid of all the
toxins and all of
toxins.
that.
You gonna have any shrimp to keep everything clean as well? They're quite good at filtering the crap out.
Yeah, that's what I was. That's what I said just now, mate. That I was thinking of getting some shrimp in there.
Oh, did you say that? Sorry, I missed that.
Yeah,
I'm
you wasn't
spraying.
paying attention. You was thinking of Forgeworld again, weren't you?
I'm cleaning a skull. You know what I mean? It's not easy.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, because they also eat all the. It's the nitrogen you've got to get rid of, isn't it? And is it nitrogen?
nitrates.
Nitrates, that's it. Because that's
Yeah.
what kills everything.
Nitrates and ammonia.
Yeah.
Check your pH. But no, I enjoy it. You know, it's better sitting there looking at a tropical fish tank than it is at the side of a boring PC case, isn't it?
Well, yeah, there is that. Plus, you've got the delicate trickly noises.
Delicate trickly noises, and there is a sunken Titanic in there, isn't there?
Yeah, which is correct.
You know, so it's got all the goodness.
I can hear movement. I can hear movement.
That's Mama Fox.
Hello,
that
Mama
is.
Fox. Are you getting up? It's 5 o'clock. She's not getting up, she says.
She says, okay. Bless her.
No, she said, are you getting up? No.
Yeah. Wendy Ixon's in. Huge hugs all round. I will be time to feed Poppy and myself. Be right back.
Yay.
Hello, Wendy. Hope you're doing all right, my love.
I'm just going to go and refill her water for her.
Yeah, no worries, mate. I'll do a bit of chat.
Back in a moment.
Darren Edmonds, a friend that helps spend your money, the only excuse you'll ever need. He made me do it. I think that was read already. Yeah, Jeff saying they're glad to hear the newer models are including features to make pieces align and fit together better. Yeah, I tend to make little key-in blocks or key-in cylinders in Blender when I'm doing my 3D resin prints, because I tend to break them down into components then, like an arm, a leg, head, torso, and then I make all my key-in pieces at that time. Paul says, at least you have money to spend. Right now we are completely broke. Yeah, bless you, mate. It ain't good, is it, mate? Are the state not willing to try and help you out, Paul, or is that too raw a subject, mate? Are they not very forthcoming? Darren Edmonds says, nothing worse than a warm day and an hard seat. Absolutely. Darren Edmonds says there are some lovely freshwater shrimp available now. Oh, mate, I take it. What's his name? I take it they're available at the pet shops, the shrimps. Andy says, yeah, cool, and I'll put in an assassin snail. It's escargot. Yeah, absolutely, mate. Get some assassins. Also the loaches, yeah. He says clown loach are good at keeping the snail population down. Cy Reynolds says, Cole, have you shown off what you printed for me and Fox recently? No, that's going to happen on this week's Friday Frolic, Cy. I'm going to get all of them bad boys out, because I've got all the I've got all the how can I say this, farmyard animals are still on the build plate in the resin printer, mate. So I've got them to come off and cure and process, and then they'll be unveiled on the Friday Frolic, mate. Panzer says, fishing them out of the tank and lobbing them over next door's fence is another good way of keeping the snails in check. So I says, Le Frolic, I shall be sure to attend. Yeah, I've got the others are cured. I won't say what they are. Yeah, Paul saying his disability check doesn't go in until the end of the month. Child benefit goes in on the 20th. Looking to see if there's any other help to use. Yeah, honestly, mate. If it's out there, Paul, you know, bite the bullet, mate, and get yourself on the claims list, mate, because you've paid in enough over the years, fella. So why not? Let's just scroll up. Lynn says, I hope to be there on Friday after work. Yeah, you know what me and Fox are like. Well, he started off, yeah, we'll do a couple of hours show. And it turned into our usual 5-hour epic.
I am returned.
Hello, mate.
What have I missed? Anything?
No, I was just rambling, mate. You know what I'm like.
Ramble.
Do love a good ramble.
Ramble.
No, it was on about resin figures and shrimp for the fish tank.
Shrimp!
Assassin snails and loaches and yeah.
Space Loach. There's an Elite Dangerous joke for you. Nobody will get.
Absolutely not.
Yep. Yeah. Space Loach.
Because I'm useless.
That's right, most people won't know what that is.
Is she up?
No, she's gone back to bed. She's like, oh, I've got an upset stomach. I'm like, no, you haven't. Stop making excuses. Oh. I said, you know, get your ass out of bed.
Yeah, she made you a promise.
Yeah, she did. There's always an excuse.
She's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
She's a pain.
Yeah, but when Mama Fox has been stubborn, that's a good thing, isn't it? It's a good sign.
Not necessarily.
Yeah, but you're over worrying that it's a bad sign, if that makes sense. If she wasn't well, you'd know it, wouldn't you?
Not necessarily. That's
Oh, shut up.
No, that's the problem. You see, what just being stubborn can look like, or being what she went through last year can sometimes look like just being stubborn. So, yeah. Right, I'll get up in a bit. Oh, look, you've got sepsis. Yeah. So I've got to be very careful with her. Plus, I just need to make sure she's staying hydrated, which is not ideal when you're asleep.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? That's what's not doing her any good.
Oh, hello. Dropping things.
Bless her. But you know full well she's just snuggled up and gone, yes, I'm back.
Well, I hope so. But I also don't, because I don't want it to become a habit, you see. It's like,
yeah.
What was that? What on earth is this? Bit of flash on this. Can't get it off. Yeah. Get that off. Come off. There's like a little bit of, you know, sometimes when you're sanding you get the fluffy edge of something.
Yeah.
And they've got a little fluffy edge on all the teethy bits on this mask. But I can't get it off. I can't. It won't go away. I might have to just get the old glue out and just run it around the edge.
Get your glue here. Get your old glue here.
Glue for everyone. She's still going to be asleep when I finish this stream. It'll be like,
oh yeah, that's Mama Fox for the day now, mate.
Yeah, that's when we get worried.
Yeah, but it's winter months. She's probably just thinking, do you know, I just fancy a day in bed.
Yeah, but that's the difficulty.
Yeah.
Because that was, like I say, that's what was happening last year when it was like that for 3 or 4 days. Yeah. That's when the ambulance got called, and that's what the consequences.
She's just the defiant one.
She is. She's a pain in the bum sometimes. Yeah. She can be.
Sounds so much like my mum.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, okay. My mum sits there and goes, I know you think I'm being stubborn. Straight away it's like,
yeah.
Oh, please tell me why. Go on, get it out your system.
Yeah. Oh, look, now you've got stomachache. Okay, I down there.
But,
Yeah. Paul Di Tommaso says, disability check doesn't go until the end of the month. Child benefit goes on the 20th, looking to see if there's any other help to use. At the point where I'm considering selling my comic book, toy and card collection.
Oh, bless you.
Struggling a bit there. I'm not sure how successful a GoFundMe would work. We'll give it a try.
Give it a try, mate.
Yeah, it's a good community you're part of, mate, so...
At the end of the day, mate, you know, you might be surprised.
Yeah. Our community is a good one. The camera again. Our community looks after itself, so you never know.
Absolutely.
Big hugs. Hope you get something sorted.
Yeah,
soon.
I must admit, it's not pleasant, mate. You know, I mean, we've all been there, mate. It's, yeah. You're so bloody skint, you can't see the, yeah.
See the way out.
Yeah, you just can't. You can't see a way out of it, can you? It gets so much. So yeah, do feel for you, mate. But yeah, you got nothing to lose at the end of the day, Paul. Give it a go, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did do that one. Okay, so that's that done. That was descend.
Max says he's currently trying to remove some shelves from a wall. I think it might be easy to remove the wall. Sounds like they're permanently installed. I don't know about DIY stuff, so I shall remain mute. I don't even know how to wire a plug, so...
Fox does DIY. Yeah.
Fox does not do DIY.
God, could you imagine the fun?
Fox does DIY, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if the word fun would even be a word I'd use there.
Yeah, that would be... I'd pay to see that. It'd be like, yeah. And here we have the Fox.
I'd pay not to see it. I'd pay not to do it.
And Fox is going to wallpaper this room.
You can just don't even joke about that. God damn it! I tried that once. That was a living hell.
Oh, I've just got this image of the state of you when you walk back out that room after a day attempting to wallpaper. It's like, yeah.
Put it this way: this room I'm in now, it got a layer of liner paper, and then I just painted it.
Good man.
Because I'm like, you know what? I ain't doing wallpaper over that. I'm never doing wallpaper again. It's just getting painted now. That put the liner paper up, and I'm like, yeah, never doing that ever again.
Yeah, Panzer says he fancied a day in bed, but DPD, Ross and James had other plans. Absolutely.
Mm. DB. Can't believe you made me buy more Forgeworld.
I can.
But like I said last night, it's all for the business. It's all business purchases. So.
Absolutely. See, I was thinking of your business empire. This is what friends do for each other, folks.
I'd love to be able to, buy stuff for myself, but it's not. I'm buying it for the business so I can paint it and sell it. So it's stuff I'd have to buy anyway.
Hey.
I still hate
your Uncle Festa is right.
I don't trust my Uncle Festa as far as I can spit. But yeah, that was not for anywhere on your mind at the time. Don't. And there's a I can't remember. There's a name for that fallacy where you make the thing fit the outcome.
Yeah.
I can't remember what the fallacy is.
No, you busted me already, ain't you?
Yeah, I know you too well. But like I say, it is business expenses, I suppose.
Yeah, you'd do the same to me. I know you would.
Mm-hmm.
Without a shadow of a doubt.
No doubt, no shadows.
I mean, all those years, I will get you down the Warhammer roll. No, you won't.
Yep.
I will resist, and then I might have bought a Warhammer.
Yeah. Well, I think the fact that we just had a Baneblade turn up with no warning was probably...
Yeah, that was the tipper.
Return. Yeah, point of no return.
That was the tipper.
Yeah. I know how it works. Best way to get someone in against their will.
Absolutely.
JC Bricks and Builds is in. Welcome, buddy.
Hello, James. How you doing, buddy? Are you bullying Panzer again, are you? Good man.
Is that a thing?
Well, it's always James's fault in the 24/7.
Oh, yeah.
he is a bit of a stealth bully at times. We do have to get Alicia down to kick him back into gear every now and then.
Just adjusting my camera, sorry folks. I'm conscious you just see the back of my hand while I'm sanding, which is not very interesting. Let me know if I'm not in focus though.
Yeah, it's all good.
Andy McLeish says he's a cowbag. Simple. Yeah, that's true.
Absolutely.
Andy McLeish says it's Jane's fault, and then says James, but I think we're stuck with Jane now.
Yeah.
Is that James's new name, Jane?
Yeah.
Is that it? From now on, you're going to be known as Jane.
Yeah, that's it. We've got Panzer Cat. We've got Jane now.
Yeah, ain't no way around that one. Yeah, I can't say I'm a big fan of these old style orcs with the gorilla butt. I just really don't like it.
Yeah, the gorilla butt is really messing with you, isn't it?
It's just stupid. I don't know at what point somebody designed that and thought that works for me. Really?
Yeah, you're like, yeah.
I mean, it works for you in which way exactly?
Yeah. Dear Mr. Forgeworld, yeah. I am writing to you to inquire.
This isn't Forgeworld even, it's G-dubs.
Yeah. As to why they've got gorilla butts.
Now here's a question for Simon. I've got this big metal-like jaw that can go over his lower jaw, but there's nothing I can see that it would actually attach to on this butt. Is it just supposed to hang off his ear? Is it supposed to... there's no armour for it to attach to.
I've got them on my squig there.
Yeah, but is it supposed to like go into the side of his head?
Yeah, basically they just glue on.
Yeah, but there's nothing on his head to glue it to.
Yeah.
I want to put it on, but I can't see what it would actually attach to.
Yeah, I found on mine. I just had a little tip poking out the side there to click it on.
Yeah, no, this one is. There's just nothing on this, unless one of the heads is designed for it, and I've just not used the right head. It's entirely possible. It's supposed to go on one of the heads with a helmet, maybe. I don't know. I probably used the wrong head. Not the end of the world. They are generally for helmeted heads. Well, there you go. I've done it wrong. I've got the non-helmeted head. That's all right then. I don't mind.
I bung a bit of glue on, pop the head off, and put the other one on, mate.
No, because I quite like. I don't like the helmets they've got. They look a bit rubbish. Yeah, we'll leave it unhelmeted. I don't mind not having the jaw. Gorilla butts, says Andy McLeish. Jane, behave yourself, says Andy McLeish. I came to the conclusion during my stream earlier that it was DPD's fault why Panzer was made to get out of bed early. Says Jane. Are you stippling or something?
I am.
I can't see, I was listening. Oh yeah, there you go. Stipple, 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 stipple. All the
Well, is it
noises.
loud? Because
No,
I can't.
No,
I can't hear it, obviously.
No,
so.
it's just. Hello. Knocking the camera. Andy McLeish puts a £1 super chat through, but then totally doesn't put a comment with it, so misses out on that chance. Thank you very much, Andy McLeish. That's very kind of you. And he also then types Podge afterwards. Don't quite know why. Podge.
Podge or Woob? Woob always
he puts Podge. No, it's a little tiny noise. It's nice. And don't forget, I've got ears like a shithouse rat. So.
Yeah, I was going to say I can't hear it. So
yeah.
Apologies if it's too loud, peeps.
No, it's not loud. It's just I can hear it. I'm like, oh, you're doing stippling.
Yeah, you have got ears like a shithouse rat.
Yeah, pretty much. If there's a sound, I will hear it.
It's just the first layer of black to go down.
Clip the corners and slip it under a shoulder pad for a different variation. Don't think it's wide enough for that, actually. Oh, it might be. I'll have a think. I'll do a think. Pass me a thinking grot.
Yeah, thinking grot in the post.
Awesome. I might do the 2-arm, 2-leg or grot me.
Horry grot me. Brilliant.
He said the thing was saying that origami was much more popular than origami because origami is a lot harder because the orc puts up a fight. Don't forget, folks, the most important question, which of course, as this is normally a gaming stream on a Saturday, is Gaming Grub.
Yeah.
What game are you playing right now? What video game or board game or any game? And what are you having for your dinner, or what have you had for your dinner? Of course, if you can do it at bench and belly if you want. But technically, it's normally a Gaming Grub.
Yeah.
So tell me all the details about all the things. James asks, Colin, quick question. Which do I get first? Tamiya 124th McLaren or Senna or 112th Suzuki X-Star?
Both.
I don't know what any of that means. I'll just say both.
I got the Suzuki X-Star turn up Thursday, I think it turned up. And it is beautiful, mate. It really is beautiful. It depends, James. You know, it's what you want to build, mate, at the end of the day.
Yeah. My rule is, if you think it looks cool, if you go, oh, that's cool, then get it. If you think, I don't really like that, then what's the point in buying it?
See, I'm kind of lucky in a way. I've got the Suzuki for myself, but I'm also going to be building one for E-models. So.
Oh, yeah. Ooh. So you can do the E-models ones to figure out how to build it.
Yeah.
And then do a better job when you do your own.
Well, on my own, I'm waiting for the detail up Folk set and the carbon decals, see. So.
There you go, see.
Whereas E-models, I'm going to do straight out of box, because that's what we do with our E-models builds, because it is for people coming into the hobby. So. Well,
it's actually because we don't spend our own money on E-models builds.
Yeah, I was going for a more diplomatic option.
No, I don't do that. Yeah, somebody asked me if I was going for some of the detail sets for that big Falcon. It's like, no, because E-models don't sell them and I'm not spending money on it because I don't get to keep it, so. It's not how that works.
There you go, let that go off.
Hello, I got a notification for something. Hodgepodge, Assassin Snail Fudge, it's what? He says, oh, it's a £5 from Andy McLeish, thank you. He says, Gorilla Butt, Squigwidge, Hodgepodge, Assassin Snail Fudge, it's Saturday.
No.
Yeah, he thinks it's Sunday because he thinks it's Warhammer Sunday. No. We've just messed with you. We've just messed with your chi now, haven't we? Thank you, Andy.
Yeah, you must do some new artwork then, eh?
Well, I took the Warhammer Sunday thing off the overlay.
Yeah.
I did that literally 3 minutes before we went live. I was like, oh crap, I forgot that.
Yeah, that statement you made last week. I'll have some new artwork done for the next one. Yeah, it's a bit like me, that.
Yeah, when I say new artwork, I mean I'll just take some of the old artwork off. I'll just remove the logo. I'm going to draw new artwork, forget that. It's nonsense.
Yeah, us two trying to be profesh.
Such nonsense, I've never heard the like. Anyway, yeah, so Game and Grub or Bench and Belly. Game for me, there hasn't been anything at the minute. I've not really had much time to do any gaming. I was playing Halo Infinite a little bit, but I've not got very far in, so...
Yeah, your routine's kind of gone a bit again, isn't it, mate?
Yeah. Grub, don't know what happened for tea tonight. I haven't defrosted anything, so probably fish fingers. Yeah. That last resort standby when you haven't got time to defrost anything.
Oh, absolutely. Fish finger sandwiches. Oh.
Fish finger, but although we have brown bread, it's not quite the same on brown bread.
Yeah.
Still nice.
Yeah, I only have brown bread. Normally, I just have pita breads, though. Because... Yeah. Bacon pittas, Fox, are a...
Oh. Well, I've started, whenever I have a curry now, I take out curry, I don't have naan bread anymore, I have chapatis.
Yeah.
Because then you can have like 3 of them, make yourself hundreds of little curry butties with them, and by the end of it, you're happy. Whereas a naan bread, you eat that and you're just gone full, and you've lost half your curry. Yeah. Because you can't eat it. Mac's in. Welcome, Mac.
Hello, Mac. How you doing, buddy?
I was going to ring you to explain what I mean. You could put on speaker for the stream's benefit, but I don't have your number in this new phone. I get what you mean, I think. You could always come and join us as no camera, audio only.
There you go.
If you wanted to. You don't need to. You're more than welcome to.
You're more than welcome, Si. You know that, mate.
Yeah. Let me know. I can always send you a link. I need to invade. I think I've got my phone on silent anyway, so. Or turned off or something. Beep, 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 beep. Plus, it'll sound horrible. Speakerphone through a microphone. Ooh. That's probably going to be horrible. Don't worry yourself, lad.
Absolutely.
I think I've settled on not giving him the mask now anyway. Or I could just cobble together some random nonsense because it's Orks. It doesn't really matter anyway.
Si says send me the link on Messenger.
Okay.
I'll send it if you want, mate.
Okay, yeah, sure, go for it.
Yeah.
I'm just
No
about to glue
worries,
this
mate.
on.
You doing what you're doing there, mate?
Yeah, you're always welcome to join us as audio only, if you so wish. I hope you're not on your data on your phone though, because don't be doing that if you're on data. That's going to cost you a fortune, and also you use up all your data. So, even if it's just for a few minutes.
Dum da da dum 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 da da
Nom, nom,
dum.
nom, 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 nom. There you go, big power claw thing. Builded it.
There you go, Si. Link sent, mate.
Let's have a look. Bobbin says, game World of Warships legend, grub roast turkey wrapped in bacon with roast spuds and whatever veg I've got. Ooh, yes. Lynn Dipple says, the internet is down, damn it, back when I can question. I'm watching the show on my Shield TV, hardwired to modern and on Wi-Fi. Wait, stop. I'll read that again. Be back when I can question. I'm watching the show on my Shield TV, hardwired to a modem, and on Wi-Fi to my laptop. /chat is froze. Guess I better try a hardwire laptop. Yeah, if you've got the option of Wi-Fi or wired, always take wired.
Yeah, my rigging is Ethernet. I never go for Wi-Fi. It just don't work for me.
No. Welcome to Cy Reynolds.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello, Si. How you doing, mate?
I'm alright.
Hello, darling.
Happy
Hi.
days, mate.
Have you got your
I need
special?
salt.
Have you got your special
I need
broadcasting pants on?
I have no pants on.
Oh,
I've got
Okay. Why have I just immediately thought of that bloody Squiggoth, Si?
that's quite generous.
no, I've got pants on. Nobody panic.
Yeah, if you think I'm going to come down there and paint it, mate, you're bloody wrong.
That's not what you said last night, love.
Hey, mate, you know, yeah, well, you know, you burnt me bacon this morning. What more can I say?
Wait, what?
Right.
I'm not even getting involved in that conversation.
I'm gonna get this out the way now.
Yes.
Go full screen for a minute, Fox.
Okay. Full screen. Okay.
Okay. Right now, what I was trying to explain to you, put the body down.
Yes.
And pick up that iron gob.
Yeah.
Right. So you can, if you clip off the bit where the bolts are,
Yes.
that will fit over or under one of the shoulder pads that come in the kit, and you can just add
Oh, I see.
variation.
So, like, yeah, these big spiky boys.
Yeah, man. And then you can kind of bulk them out a bit, and
Ooh.
it kind of detracts from the
Cobbled
gorilla
togetherness.
He's good, isn't he?
Yeah, I might have to put him on the payroll.
And
Yeah.
if you get really bored of the mono poses, well, they're not quite mono poses, but they always look really static. The old Orc boys.
It's because they're
You
just
can,
doing all that twerking
yeah,
crap.
they're squatting.
Yeah, like they're pooping
can-
or something.
You can cut through directly through one of the shoulders, like at an angle,
Yeah.
and then flip that part of the shoulder around that you trimmed off and glue it back on, and you'll get a
Okay.
completely different pose on the arm.
That sounds far too much like adventurousness to me.
Oh, it could be fun though.
Oh, yeah,
I
it
don't
could
know.
be fun watching him try it, can't it? How many fingers do you think he'll cut through with the
All
sword?
of them.
17.
Well, I don't think I'll try it on these ones because these are the ones I want to try and flog. But I mean,
Well,
look at the state of that. I mean, just
He looks
Yeah.
like he's about to have a walking plop, doesn't it?
it's like
Even the new ones still have
Yeah, but not that
kind
bad.
of a big butt. No, they're not.
It's like I don't know what the bit between like the belt, the waist area, and the top of the chest. So the bit that's the belly button area. I can't tell if it's clothing or skin on these guys. I'm like, is that
what
best?
what I just have never been able to fully understand is why they made a ball and socket joint in effect for the torso to the waist,
Yeah,
but they didn't do it with the arms,
yeah,
which would have
'cause-
made them 10 times more posable
Yeah, I don't know.
and cooler.
It's like I made a goof last night. I had these little reticles, so I stuck it on the end of the gun, which looks a bit stupid in retrospect. But then again, it's Orks, isn't it? So
It looks
Salts.
very. It looks stupid, but it looks orky.
also that one's not even straight, so that's kind of
Yeah, but that's
Got
even
any as
better.
well.
it's actually not even lined up straight with the magazine. It's quite
Yeah, but that's even more raw.
that's it, isn't it?
And if you've got any, I'm sure you have, because you've got so many Spruce Marines.
Yeah.
The little scopes that you get on the sprues
The
look hilarious.
What
on
for the stalker
Orc
bolters
weapons.
and things?
Yeah, they look hilarious on Orc weapons.
Well, last night
Well,
I decided we get these little strings of bullets, so I put the strings of bullets coming out of that, and I thought, hang on a minute, that's where the casings come out when they've been fired. But also, there's a Dutch script magazine on there, so he's got a gun with a magazine feeding bullets in, and also a chain bullet feed going in. He's got two and a
Yeah,
sight on
but
the
that
end.
works because it's Orc.
Yeah,
I think they were designed in what, 98? Those
yeah,
particular Orcs.
yeah. These were.
I think it was meant to represent bullets being ejected.
Yeah,
Or
even though it's
going in.
even though it's the full bullet with the pointy bit.
Yeah, and they're chained together. So.
Yeah. And I gave this guy, I had a spare magazine, so I gave him a shooter, but I put the magazine on his pistol, which looks ridiculous because he's already got a magazine there.
But again, it looks orky.
This is the thing. I mean, where you was on about that scope being crooked. Don't let your OCD kick in
Oh, no,
because
it's
it
Orcs,
makes
isn't
it
it?
more Orc.
Yeah.
Because it's a big scope, it's pissed, and the Orc is like, why am I not hitting me target? Yeah.
Now
it's
Simon
'cause
will
it's
know
Orc.
this because we weren't sure last night. Do Orcs have a different name for pistol shooters, or are they just shooters?
So pistols are sluggers,
Sluggers. There you go. I knew there was a different name for them.
rifles are shooters.
Shooters. Yeah.
Then you've got on that sprue, you should have a heavy weapon that's just a bigger shooter.
Yeah. He's got a big.
Yeah, that. Funnily enough, that is literally called a big shooter.
I like that. And we've got
And
this
then,
thing which is like a rocket rifle.
Yeah, that's a rocket launcher.
Yep.
Spelled
ROK.
ROKKIT.
Copyright Bethesda, 2008, but never mind.
Yeah. But when you think about it, wonky sights make sense.
Yeah.
Because in rules terms, Orcs have got like a terrible ballistic skill, which is their ability to shoot. They're basically worse than stormtroopers, and that says a lot.
Oh yeah. Well, they just.
So it makes sense.
I read one at one point where it was saying about how they don't have any concept of like ammunition, so they just pull the trigger until it stops.
Yeah, pretty much.
So there you go. They make up for it.
I mean, they are just glorified, very angry mushrooms.
Yeah.
So.
They are basically. It's a shame I haven't got the instructions though, because I can't see what to do with some of these options. But then I could just make it up. Like I'm going to take his standard and stick it on the back of his backpack, which makes no sense at all. But
If you want to go through the sprue and how I would use bits, I'm more than happy to do so.
No, I think I'll just wing it. I think what I'll do is I'll use both of those standards, but I'll make them look like they've been tied around his backpack. I'll use some plastic card and make it look like they've been tied onto it. So they're just like that on his back. They're all over the place.
There's so many bits, even on those older sprues where they're still quite spaced out.
Yeah.
Like you can manipulate one of the open shooter hands around that tank buster bomb, which is the thing that looks a bit like a mine.
Yeah.
That wouldn't make much sense on top of a howdah, but hey ho.
No, but they could throw it.
They could throw it, and like that little pile of bullets could look pretty cool in like a corner of the howdah.
Yeah,
just to add a little bit of detail.
The howdah actually has some, but the strange thing is, I was saying last night, the resin on this Squiggoth is weird because it's different to normal Forgeworld resin. It's more plasticky and less brittle feeling than actual Forgeworld resin.
Are you impressed with the amount of money I've got Fox to spend on Forgeworld this week, sir?
Tart.
I was fairly shocked.
Yeah.
As Fox is aware.
He got me spending last night as well.
Yeah, I heard earlier.
Yeah.
I'm somewhat shocked. But hey ho, if you can afford it, then it's
Well,
it's a good time.
I sold those two Baneblades, didn't I? So,
Yeah.
and it's stuff I'm gonna buy it to paint it and sell it. So it's business income, business outgoing. So,
Well, we've discussed how much that Squiggoth could bring you in, which
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely. Yeah, you've got piles
Plus
of bullets and stuff in the hound already.
the
so I can add
content
it to that.
you'll get out of making it,
Yeah.
and the enjoyment.
Yeah. Plus,
Well, hopefully enjoyment.
there are no like how to paint the Squiggoth videos on the YouTube, which is like really. Well, there's one, but it's crap. So
No, you could though, because it is essentially, for all intents and purposes, a dinosaur. You could have a little look at some of the lizardmen painting tutorials, or lizardman.
yeah, or dragon things. Oh look, I've got some silicon on there.
Have you revealed to people which clan you're going with?
Look at that. I've actually got a bit of Forgeworld mould.
Wow,
Yes, I said last night I'm doing Death Skulls.
awesome. Because you probably want something that riffs off of blue. So something like a hull red base could look pretty cool as like a basal skin tone.
Oh, you mean for the Squiggoth? Yeah, I was thinking that because I mean, it's obviously if it's a big squig, it's going to be darker green than because you know the bigger the squig is, the bigger the orkoid, the darker they get. So
yeah,
I know that. Look, I just had a bit of Forgeworld mould in my hand.
I mean that's testament to how old the mold is, I guess.
Yeah, what the bits of it are falling off when you get the model.
Yeah, I don't actually know if you would have thought, because I'm pretty certain that was one of the very first Forgeworld kits. Because
Yeah.
the Forgeworld kits originally were all scratch built by one dude whose name is escaping me right now.
Well, I mean, you can tell this is old because I mean this particular one was actually produced on the 6th of January. It's only like 10 days old now, but you can tell just by the real crispy crackliness of the little details. It's kind of a bit. It's not as like nice and clean as crisp as a modern casting. You can see there's like some of the little.
I wonder if this. Go on, sorry.
Some of the fine details you can see it's a bit crispy and crunchy. So it's been done for a long time, and the checker plate's a bit soft now, so you can tell it's really old. It's a really old
that
thing.
would indicate to me that they're still using the original master.
Yeah, maybe, or at least first or second gen.
Yeah.
Because they never use
kind of nuts.
They never use the actual master, do they? They use like a copy of it, but.
And I'm pretty sure they'll still. I wonder. Actually, I have no idea if I'd ever be able to find out. But old school 40k miniatures before technology caught up were sculpted by hand in what was called by GW a 3-up.
Yeah, 3 times size, and then you pantograph it down.
Which they still have.
Yeah.
And I wish sometimes they would put them out in the exhibit.
Or just release the 3-up size. That'd be amazing.
But I wonder if they might be vulnerable to light and whatnot because they're so old.
Yeah, it could be. For those that don't know, a 3-up is where you sculpt something 3 times the actual final size, and then you use a pantograph or something similar to trace around it.
Scale it down.
Make it. In the old days, it was a
Very cool.
mechanical pantograph. Nowadays, it's all. Well, you don't do that anyway nowadays, really.
Mac is off. Says
Yeah,
just
Mac.
a quick visit. Enjoy the
care,
weekend.
Mac.
Catch up with you on the brunch. And Kevin Kun is in saying hello. He's building an MG Sazabi Verkar whilst watching with you guys right now. Hello, Kevin.
Hello, Kevin Cudden. That's a very nice Sazabi. Yes. Andy McLeish says, "How do you like that?" Shooters, sluggers, rocket blasters, chuckers, choppers, huge choppers, bashers, and claws. Says Andy.
You forgot the key one, Andy, which is of course the knob.
Yeah. Big knobs, mega knobs.
Darren
There are,
says a walk-in plop. Absolutely fantastic Festa. Sorry, Si, I spoke over you there, mate.
No,
Apologies.
it's fine, man. Don't worry.
I'll put that
There
back in
are
the box.
actually still designers that sculpt in by hand, and then they 3D scan them in and tidy them up, so to speak.
There'll be some that the old school ones would probably prefer to do it that way because that's their
If there
style.
are actually any aspiring sculptors in chat, GW are currently hiring miniature designers. Fun fact.
Ooh.
I saw Darren Latham posted on Instagram the other day regarding it.
Yep.
Because obviously he's head of the miniature design studio nowadays.
Yep. And just for those that don't know, Simon did used to work at G-Dubs.
Years.
Yes, he
Twice.
did. Twice he did.
Different roles.
Yeah, so we love Simon because he's purely because he's the only person we know that worked there, so therefore we keep him as a friend.
Yeah.
Oh, poor Si.
Wait, was that my outdoor voice again? Only joking.
Sad
Only
now.
joking. Sadness.
Yeah. Little breathe through it, Si. Breathe through it. We'll get you there,
Okay,
mate.
man.
I think you need to go to Forgeworld and spend loads of money just to make up for that.
Yeah, wipe the tears, mate. Don't let him get under your skin.
Mate, if I could afford it, there are
I know.
things I would purchase. There are things that I wouldn't purchase, and I would take a go at building myself from scratch first.
Oh,
Yeah.
I have got somewhere on my PC like a file of just posts on Facebook or Instagram where people have scratch built things just to riff off some ideas.
if you
There
want,
was one guy that literally copied is it the Kill Burster tank, the one that you bought?
yeah,
He literally copied that in plasticard, and he said it took him like 6 months, which is
Yeah.
insane.
yeah. I'll tell you what, though. I don't know if I sent you this picture, but yesterday when I was searching on eBay for what people are selling Squiggoths at, I don't know if I sent you the picture, but if you've got a second now, go and have a look on eBay for Gargantuan Squiggoth. Somebody is selling.
You sent me the toy. the
Oh
one
yeah,
that
I did.
made
Then
out of,
it's probably the best thing I've ever seen ever. That dinosaur.
I mean, it's just so orky. I've seen similar renditions like built on the back of Stegosaurus or whatnot,
Yeah.
but people
Yeah.
quite often use toys
Yeah.
for orky stuff. Like the amount of monster orc trucks that I've seen
yeah.
from a toy or whatnot. I did want to see whilst I was at Warhammer World, someone brought in their army to play, like in the gaming hall, and all of his orc vehicles he'd made out of remote control toys, and he was moving them via remote control across the tabletop. It was excellent.
I thought they weren't
brilliant.
allowed to do that actually in official locations like that, non GW stuff.
I
thought you
think, generally speaking, no.
unless they're awesome.
But just because of the novelty of it, he kind of got away with it.
Yeah, because it's awesome.
He wouldn't have been able to play that in like a tournament.
No.
And for those of you that might be unaware, GW are incredibly sensitive over their IPs. So if I brought in an orc boy from like a third party, like Cromlech, for example, this one, and tried to play an official tournament, they'd be like, no.
Well, I was reading that the other day, and of course the main reason they do that nowadays is because they stream a lot of the tournaments.
Yes,
and what they
exactly.
don't want is somebody else's product on their stream, which kind of makes sense.
Conversely, though, if you have miniatures such as that and you go into your local store to play, this is for anyone that might be thinking about playing, it's generally up to the manager, and most of them are pretty lenient as long as it's painted and
my former, let me just make this clear, my former local store manager, who isn't there anymore, played in an official tournament at Warhammer World with 3D printed backpacks on his Marines. I said, did you get away with it? He said, yeah, they didn't even know it. Yeah, so
I mean,
most store managers aren't really too fussed. If you're a regular customer and they know you, they're probably not going to really complain too much.
I think generally speaking, there is a certain degree of leniency, providing your entire army isn't kibosh together from.
Yeah, if you turn up with a load of Cromlech's Astra Militarum dudes and not any Games Workshop products at all, they're going to be like, no, can you? Because at the end of the day, if you've got a few funky things on there, they don't really care because you're in the shop and you're there to spend money potentially. So if it gets you in the shop.
And with orcs especially, half of the fun of having an orc army is just look at Cole, like for example,
kit bashing stuff together, and
it's kit bashing, converting, scratch building. It's I think it's generally half of the reason people that collect orcs.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, gives you freedom, sight to be expressive.
I'm probably the only
It does.
person in the world that's got into Orks and has no desire to do any kit bashing or custom.
Yeah, I tried to get you to do some, but you know,
Yeah.
I'll keep working on that.
It's like
Absolutely,
It's
I
like
think there's options.
It's like walking into the Vatican and expecting to not see vending machines selling porn mags. It's just not going to happen, is it? But you know.
Yeah, I do think that there will be a time when you succumb to the scratch building.
Yeah, probably not.
I mean, you dabble with greebles and whatnot,
I like doing little
And-
bits of plastic card and stuff. It's little fun things.
and your refusal to fill gaps. So out comes the plastic card.
Oh
It works.
God, yeah. I mean, look at the back of my Macarius Vanquisher. Let me get it down off the shelf. Hang on.
Don't drop it.
I'm not going to drop it. Look at the back of my Macarius and the dust. That bit there, there's a little. I don't know if you'll see it on camera because it's not even on camera. There's a little strip here that goes along the edge under the exhausts on both sides, the top and the bottom. That's just plastic cards and rivets because I couldn't be bothered filling that gap.
Yeah.
This bit here,
Yeah.
but it up on the top, but it fits perfectly with the style of the rest of it. It just looks
Yeah.
like more welded strips, but it's just plastic card. Because
Yeah,
I really couldn't be bothered actually filling that gap. And there's all rivets round here, and I put little greebles on here because there was a bit of gap because there was some of it missing, and I can't be bothered with putty. So once it's painted, nobody will know. Brilliant.
Well, if you hadn't pointed that out to
Yeah.
most of us,
Yeah.
I think, to be fair, unless you actually have one of those vehicles yourself, you're not really going to know once
Yeah.
it's painted.
Because it's little, it's like little tiny squares of plastic card and rivets and little strips and things. It's on Imperial Guard stuff you can get away with it just about in most places. With Orc stuff, I could do that all over the place. There's a bit on the Killburster tank where there's a square of armour, but it's got like a broken edge like that, and it's about 2 millimeters taller on half of it than the other half. And
Yeah.
I'm like, is that a mould slip, or is that meant to be like a separate piece of metal on the other one and it's like a broken piece of metal? Because there's other bits on it that look the same. And I can't tell, and I've not seen on any official photographs that same little crispy bit. So it looks like a mould slip, but it looks like the other bits of armour on the tank, so there's no point cleaning it up.
Happy accident.
Yeah. It doesn't look like a mould slip, it looks like two pieces of armour like that with a crackly edge. It's like, okay,
Well,
that's cool.
if you look through old codices of Orcs, when looted vehicles still used to be a thing, I don't believe they are anymore. I don't have the newest
Yeah.
iteration of the codex, but that was one of the few publications where you would see
Made up
completely
stuff.
converted models.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's
And
like,
they were literally, people just slapped panels of plastic card where they thought they looked appropriate. So yeah.
well, that's back in the days when they had like homemade scenery items as well, and they'd actually give you instructions in White Dwarf how to make this scenery item, how to make this
I mean,
bunker.
Lest forget the original starter set for 40k, not Rogue Trader, the one that came after that,
Yeah.
which was Orcs and Space Marines. The dreadnoughts in it were cardboard cutouts
Yeah.
because they didn't have the tech to mould the dreadnoughts.
Yeah.
So
Back in the old days.
yeah, strongly advise or recommend rather anyone that hasn't been to Warhammer World go at some point and look through the exhibit.
Oh god,
It's pretty
yeah.
awesome.
It is. I mean, I put up thousands of pictures on the Model Making Guru Facebook page. There's a gallery there of all the hundreds of pictures I took while I was there.
Did you spot the assassin? That's the
No,
question.
because I'd never been before and I didn't know about that game. When the guy in the shops, and we just got there and I was all excited and not really paying attention, the guy behind the counter explained it, but I didn't understand a word he was talking about because I didn't even know what a Vindicari assassin was at that point. He said, "Don't forget, by the way, have blah, 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 and you get a free model." I'm like, brilliant. And I walked away and was like, I don't know anything you just said. And then it was only afterwards I was like, oh, you mean that big oh, now I know.
Yeah, the big diorama that they've had to build a staircase around.
Which is really great, unless you're in a wheelchair.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like, oh yeah, that's not exactly. How you can't get to that bit.
Well, there is a ramp that takes you it will take you down.
Yeah.
But then you can only see the diorama from
Floor level.
ground level.
Yeah.
And you lose so much of it.
Yeah, it's still impressive. I really wish they did it without the changing coloured lights though, because I really just love to see it in normal light so I can see all the work that's gone into it. But the way it goes from blue to green, it's quite distracting.
Yeah.
Yes, I really wish they'd just do it in normal daylight light, because that'd be quite nice just to see all the work. Unless it's a really shonky paint job and they're like, just put some funky lights on and cover it over. Oh no, we had to rush through it. Don't ever show it in daylight.
There's so many minis on that board, including the scenery. I think there's like, I'm sure there's a plaque somewhere that says how many, but
yeah, it says it took them 9 months.
Yeah.
Insanity, and that's including Titans and stuff as well, not just G-dub stuff.
I wonder how much of the exhibition they changed over the course of the last couple of years, because obviously it was closed for a period of time.
Yeah.
So you'd like to think they might have put in some new displays and whatnot, because obviously they always rotate the armies that are in the cases to be relevant.
I mean, they've got new models out in the last couple of years that they'll need to build into stuff, haven't they? So
Tons.
there's loads of the new box art that's been done, so that'll have to go in a cabinet somewhere. You're very quiet there, Col. You having fun?
No, I'm letting you two chat, mate.
Are you grafting? What are you grafting at?
No, I've just been doing my bases, mate. No, I didn't want to interrupt your conversation, mate.
Let's have a look at your bases. Let's see what you've done. Talk us through. Oh, that's me, not you.
Talk
us through what you've done, buddy.
Just the first coat of black, little bit of dry brushing on the edges, let that settle, and I'm just about to do a bit of sanding on my squigs, mate.
Look at that, sand your squig.
Absolutely,
sand
mate.
your squig.
Absolutely.
Like I was saying before, though, cork really is the diorama maker, the display base maker's friend, isn't it?
Oh, bloody hell, yeah. I've had that packet of cork tiles since year dot, and it's like, yeah, I can use them on something now.
Then if you get really into it, like our friend George, you can start making floor tiles, hundreds of them.
And of course, yeah, we got the squig of goodness.
That is so adorable.
It is, isn't it?
It's the best model in... Well, the new squig riders are really cool, but that little squig is just...
It's just the best model.
Oh, yeah.
It's the goodest of boys.
The little flat one on the back of the squig buggy. Oh.
Yeah, the boom squig.
I'm just waiting for them to release the commandos separately, and I'm sure you're waiting for them to release the...
Death Corps.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, the rumour was it was going to be when the Kill Team starter set comes out, but that hasn't been announced yet, so... According to Spiky Bits. Some months ago. Spiky Bits! That they were going to do like a starter set, weren't they? Like a Kill Team starter set. Although I don't know why, because Kill Team's kind of a starter set anyway, really. It's not exactly...
Well, it's meant to be a self-contained game.
Well, that's what I mean, but it's not exactly like a super complex thing, so having a starter set of Kill Team, it's like, what are you going to... You can't really pair it.
Maybe... Because obviously the main box, Octarius or whatever it's called, has got all of the scenery in it.
That's true. That's true.
So I wonder if they would just literally... The starter set could contain
Dudes
the minis and a rulebook.
Could be.
Maybe.
Could be. Yeah. I have this slight feeling that they're probably not going to release any more Plastic Krieg. I don't think they will.
Alongside the...
Yeah, because the picture up of the start of the Krieg release was just done as a Kill Team. The standalone release that I saw was a Kill Team branded box, and it's like, so they'll do a pack of these 10 veteran guardsmen, and they call them, I don't know why they're not just called Death Corps Krieg. I know it's just veteran guardsmen.
I don't know. Considering they own the IP on Death Corps Krieg.
Yeah, it's like so, but the fact that the standalone box that I've seen seems to be branded still as Kill Team. It's like, is this going to be like things like the Euclidean Star Striders where you get one box set and that's it?
The unfortunate truth is, historically, that is
an ecumenical
kind
matter.
of how they've done things with the outlying factions. Like the the Vostroyans or Voistroyans or whatever they were called.
Yeah.
The guys.
Go back to the metal days, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that was a long time ago. And then there was the Rough Riders. They only ever got one release, which was the Rough Riders.
Funny that. But the thing is, I mean, the Deathcore Krieg, there'd be so much scope to make a whole shed load of money if they did Plastic Krieg. I mean, there are rumours of new tanks coming out, but I don't know. Who knows? Who knows what they've got in the works?
Yeah.
And also, it's just trying to second guess the market as well, isn't it? As to what's going to be popular, what's going to shift, what isn't. So.
Well, the worrying thing about that potentially is because Deathcore Krieg have only ever been Forgeworld.
Yes.
That in turn is going to probably provide pretty unreliable statistics because some people will have not bought Deathcore just because of the expense.
Yeah.
So maybe that when they release the separate kill team, they'll give it some time to see how they sell in plastic.
Because everybody who's built resin, everybody who's built Deathcore wants plastic Deathcore. Let's be honest, nobody wants resin if they can have plastic.
No.
And I think there is a demand there for people who've never had Deathcore because they're scared of resin or they can't afford the, Forgeworld. It's too expensive. There is, because come on, they're World War II Germans. Let's just not mince words, Bones. It's Germans in gas masks with French greatcoats. Everybody loves that. There's no reason that people wouldn't. But like you say, they'll probably judge the market first. We'll see how it goes.
I'm a bit out of the loop with GW stuff because of reasons.
Yeah.
They haven't released an Astra Militarum Codex for 9th yet, have they?
I don't know, actually.
Obviously, I know they did Orks last year. I believe, from what I've seen, the next is, or they've teased Eldar.
Yeah.
They've teased a lot of Eldar stuff.
Yeah, I don't care about that.
No, me neither.
Eldar's not Deathcore.
But they've got to do Astra Militarum at some point.
But the thing is, I suppose the other side of the coin is you could say, okay, well, even if they just release that pack of 10 guardsmen, veteran guardsmen, and then do a command squad of 5, that's exactly the same that Tempestus Scions got. You've only got a squad of 10 Scions and then a command squad, and that's it.
Yeah, but the Scions replaced Stormtroopers, which were meant to be like the elite of the elite in terms of Imperial Guard, when it was then Imperial Guard.
Yeah.
And Lynn, I've just posted a link in the chat for the set that the little Squiggy's from.
Squiggoth boys.
Yeah, they're the new Squiggoth boys, which came out last year.
Yeah.
And there it is, Lynn.
But I mean, the thing is, I think even if the most that Imperial Guard in terms of Death Corps got was a pack of 10 guardsmen and a command squad, I'd probably be happy with that because you can make, think about it, Cadian infantry, there's only really a pack of 10 anyway. Most Cadian stuff is 10 dudes in this command squad, and then you've got a few little outliers like your Catachans and stuff. But
there's only one thing that I would add to that. So I would add a command squad, the base box of 10, a heavy weapons team.
Oh yeah, there's grenadiers, I suppose.
If they were smart, within the command squad box, they could put a tank commander on the same sprue.
Oh yeah.
That would be really cool if they did that, because then obviously you could pretty much make up most of a force. Yeah.
Because as long as you've got your infantry, you've got a command squad, you can then leave Forgeworld to do like your Death Riders if you want them, or any name. There aren't any named Forge characters really, but you've still got your Forge. Because the thing is like, if you had just like 10 infantry and a command squad, you've still got all the Death Corps stuff. I mean, all the Forgeworld stuff. It's not like Forgeworld's suddenly going to stop doing the resin stuff because, hey, we've got resin Space Marines, but you can buy plastic Space Marines. We've got resin Cadians, but you can buy plastic Cadians. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's always going to be people that are in the market for stuff from Forgeworld.
Oh yeah.
And I don't think they'll ever get rid of Forgeworld.
No. No.
They'll never bring all of that range to plastic purely because it's quite a specialised section of the hobby.
Yeah.
Like Titans and stuff, which require
Yeah, stuff you can't do in plastic.
Yeah, and well, just to even play them, they require a huge amount of points.
Yeah.
Like 8,000 point games to use a Titan, and that's a lot of models.
But there is the crossover, you know, with things like some of the, let's say, Imperial Guard tanks, which you could just Baneblade variants or the Macarius variants and things. You could do them in plastic, no problem, but you don't need to. I've fallen out. Hang on, let me go back in. No, 1 second, folks. I shall get back in momentarily. And we're back. And we're back. Yeah, you can always keep them separate, and you know, you don't have to have everything in plastic. But
no, I guess that it's probably partly down to money, isn't it? Like molds are ridiculously expensive, and if they don't sell enough, like because obviously you've got the Battle Wagon sprue. Or you used to. Didn't they recently combine it into the same box?
I don't know.
I believe.
You mean into the box of the truck?
Yeah, so the Ork Battle Wagon, you used to have to buy the sprue that had the death roller on it separately for like 15 quid. But I think...
Oh, I don't know. Did you get yours with yours, Col, or was it separate?
No, I had to buy it separate.
Alright.
Okay, maybe I'm wrong. That does happen from time to time.
Sure.
But yeah, if they made a separate sprue for each of the Baneblade variants, I guess it would depend how much it would sell.
Well, they've got 8 in one box. They could always, I don't know. I suppose the other thing to consider as well that, you know, they have to consider the amount of shelf space in the GW shops. It'd be nice to have 5,000 different products, but not every store can have 5,000 different products on the shelf because some of the stores are quite small.
But there will always be outlier products like. Take for instance Blood Bowl, which is an amazing game. It's so much fun. It's actually probably my favourite game system that Games Workshop do. It's just such a good laugh, but they don't stock that in stores.
No, that's true. They don't do it. And it's like Lord of the Rings. They don't do it. Well, not all stores.
No, and even if they do, there's such a small range.
Yeah. Nobody cares about Lord of the Rings anyway.
1 sec. My Echo decided to start playing music.
Oh, okay. Darren Edmonds says, if you ever did any Games Workshop stuff, what did you go for? I'm not quite sure what he means. I went for Space Marines for 40,000 and Bretonians and Beastmen for Fantasy. I'm building whatever takes my fancy. I'm not actually playing at the moment. Colin, you're doing Orks, aren't you?
Orks, mate. Orks.
What was I played the dangerous game, Darren, of working GW retail and having a bit of everything.
Oh
dear.
But I always gravitate towards Orks. Because they're just fun.
Orks. I'm learning the fun of Orks.
Yeah, they're great, man. And then everyone has a few Space Marines lying around.
Yeah.
Generally.
Yeah. Orks.
And then I kind of picked up Tau before I discovered Gunpla.
Oh yeah.
And then I discovered Fox when he was building a Heavy Arms 2.0.
See, my local store manager, former manager, was quite clever because he said, what do you normally build? I said, Gunpla. He said, what you want to build is Tau. I'm like, oh, okay. When I first went into my local Warhammer store, I said, I want to build some Warhammer, but I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably well, it is the closest approximation, isn't it? It's just mecha, basically.
Battle suits. Yeah, I shall be back in one moment, folks. Talk amongst yourselves.
Yeah, no worries, mate.
Talking amongst self.
Yeah, talking amongst self. yeah. Normally, if I end up talking to myself, I either lose the argument or that man knocks on the door and says, "I'm taking you to the padded room."
Yeah.
Andy McLeish says, "Or you had to buy the blister packs of 4-pack and then reduce to 3." Okay. Yeah, my death roller I had to get as a separate sprue, mate. But then I could have bought older stock. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I thought I'd heard or I'd read that they was whacking that sprue into the latest
yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
I may be imagining that.
No. I mean, I got my battle wagon about 8 months back. So. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That might still be the case then, because obviously the latest releases were in October.
Yeah.
And that's when everything was reboxed.
Yeah.
So it potentially could be the case, but if you're interested in Battle Wagon, folks, check on the website what sprues it comes with these days.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, it would make sense, to be quite honest with you, because most people that bought the Battle Wagon went out and got the Death Roller.
Yeah, and they've had
There
that
you go.
separate.
Good old-fashioned
sprue out.
Jack Meadows bollocking was just dispensed.
Good man.
They've had that sprue out, Cole,
Hello,
for
can't hear anybody. Hang on. Oh, there we go. Yeah.
Sorry, Si.
Sorry.
They've had that sprue out for about 10 years, Cole.
Yeah.
So they've probably made the money on the mould back, which is probably why they put it into the kit.
Yeah.
Just to be a bit cynical.
Yeah, bless them.
So is Mama Fox up and about now, or is she working on it, Fox?
We can't hear you, Fox.
No, I just had to dish out the good old-fashioned Jack Meadows bollocking.
Yes, I asked you a question.
Yeah, no. If I got Mama Fox out of bed. No, not yet. She's still farting about.
Oh dear.
So that's why I've just issued the bollocking, you see.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Is she doing the walk of shame?
Well, not yet. She's still lying there saying, it's warm and comfortable.
Oh.
I'm like, I don't care. You've got to get out of bed. I've got to make some dinner.
Yeah.
Get your ass out of bed. You're not a student.
Oh. Are you getting the...
It's warm and everything. Just get out of bed.
Yeah.
Got to make your dinner. What are we having? Ah.
It's quite comical sometimes to when you realise that people of the older generation often revert back to childish instincts when they don't want to do something.
Oh, yes.
Oh, God, yeah. It's like having a teenager cross with a 5-year-old.
Yeah, you wouldn't have her any other way.
Frankie Goes to Hobbywood is going to take a walk. Enjoy your walk, dude. Stay warm.
Have a good walk.
Yeah, ta-la, Frankie, mate. Always nice to see you in, buddy.
Did you read Andy McLeish's comment to Si about metal figures?
No.
Back in the metal figures days, you had one box of the troop type. You had one troop box of Cadians, Catachans, Talon, Mordians, then you had to keep buying them.
Yeah.
Or you had to buy the blister packs of 4 per pack.
He used to work at GW, didn't he, Andy McLeish?
He did indeed retail, yeah. See, I never bought those, Andy. Did you work in retail back in the days of you could buy metal minis by the kilo as a staff member? Because that was always dangerous.
Yeah.
They stopped it the year that I started retail. But I'd been working there for a few months, and when I heard they were stopping it, I literally spunted about 500 quid on kilos of metal figures.
Oh, yeah. I must admit, I've only got the only metal figures I've got when I was young, because where I am is, I think, one of the first actual Warhammer shops, Games Workshop stores to open. I'm not going to say where I am, because obviously, you know, hey.
Yeah.
But one of the world's first Games Workshop stores, because one of the founders came from my local town. Anyway, went to my local school. Anyway, I remember going in there once, and I came out with, and I don't know what this was. It was a little sort of dwarf type dude with what looks, if I remember, it was metal. It was a dwarf kind of guy. He had a biker jacket, like a leather black jacket, and a German helmet with a spike on it.
That sounds to me like a Chaos Dwarf.
Could have been. I didn't know in the day. I just bought this one figure, and but it was a biker jacket.
Yeah, Chaos Dwarfs were really cool.
Hello, Mama Fox.
Hey,
Getting
Mama
up time. Oh, she said yes. Good girl.
Well, very stern, yes.
Yes. And very asleep, yes.
Yeah. Bless her heart.
Go on, Si. Sorry, say.
Chaos Dwarfs. Think Chaos Space Marines, but
Yeah.
for dwarves instead.
Yeah.
They were really cool. They had like a big steamroller, which was an awesome model. But they never They just kind of stopped
Yeah.
Chaos Dwarfs in second.
Well, that was my very first ever Games Workshop miniature, and then for the next 30 years, nothing, because I just wanted it in the shop. It was just there, and I was like, I'll have that little metal dude, thanks. I don't know why I bought that, and then nothing until I started recently. But
see, Andy, by the time I was working at GW, they'd stopped plastic by weight, probably because they realised they were just getting rinsed.
yeah.
We when I was working there, it was just a straight 50% off everything.
Yeah.
Which is still a hefty discount. It's better than most retail.
Oh, blimey, yeah.
But
Oh, yeah.
obviously, it's because they wanted you, as a staff member, to have armies and promote the product. You know?
Well, that's the point. They want the staff to actually enjoy the game, play the game, and be able to, evangelise about it and so on. That's the whole point. So if they can make it cheaper for you to have all that stuff, because don't forget, like most local stores, the small ones, most Games Workshop stores, when you go in, you see all the models on the shelf. That's the manager and the staff that have made them. It's their models.
Especially now.
That's a 2-hour alarm for Colin.
Yeah,
2 hour
mine's
alarm.
going as well.
Good lad.
Especially now, with... Well, actually, no, not so much now. Now most stores are
That's Colin's alarm.
single staff member stores.
Yeah.
Sometimes you see models from the local rabble that
Oh yeah, they do.
go in.
Yeah,
but-
my local store did that as well. I mean, my Stormwolf is theoretically in my local store, although it's been in the back room for like 3 years because they've had 3 different managers. I must get that back at some point, but yeah, that's in my local store.
Back in the day, we would get our delivery on a Thursday for releases that were due out that Saturday.
Yeah.
And a large part of our job was having that release in the cabinet by Saturday, fully painted.
Yeah.
Which
Bloody hell.
I can remember the plastic Black Orks,
Yeah.
which are now, I think they're now called Ard Boys in the Iron Jaws army.
Yeah.
They used to be Black Orks back when Warhammer Fantasy was still Warhammer Fantasy and not Age of Sigmar. But yeah, they were literally just a dry brushing heaven because it was a heavily armoured orc and obviously the armour was going to be battered. So yeah.
Yeah, my local manager always, like I said, he said people think it's great working in this shop, and he said it is good. He said, but the downside is my entire life is spent either here or at home building and painting stuff because this set comes out next week and I need them on the table so people can play with them.
That must have been a nightmare for you, Si, because you're very particular about how you paint, aren't you? You know what I mean? You're very
working in retail, Colin.
Yeah, I can imagine that used to really eat at you because, like you say, it could take you 6 to 8 months to do a figure. I would have thought.
I mean,
Well, to that standard, to competition standard, I can, if I really want, I can paint 10 guys in a couple of weeks to like a good tabletop standard.
Yeah.
But I never had a couple of weeks. I had days, hours in some cases.
Yeah.
It's like I went into my store once and the guy was there and he said, "Oh yeah, we've got the new." It was when the new Sigmar set came out, when it was the launch of Sigmar, and he had the Soul thingy set with the first when the ghosty dudes first appeared.
Yeah.
Whatever it was called, Soul something or other. Can't remember. Anyway.
I can't remember the name of the set, but it was
it was like
the Nighthorn versus the Space Marines of Age of Sigmar. Stormcast,
Sigmarines. Yeah, so he had like 20 of them and 20 Nighthorns, and he was like, "Yeah, it comes out like on Saturday," and this is Wednesday, and he was like, "I've got to get them all built and painted." And I said, "Well, I'll give you a hand if you want." He said, "Well, I've got like all the Stormcast over there. Do you want to give them a blap of like? I've primed them all in Retributor Armor Rattle Can. Do you want to start on them?" And I'm like, "Yeah." So I blapped some shade on them and stuff, and I was painting really slowly because I'm an idiot. And I said, "Blimey, mate, I don't want to say it, but like these things are made of nubs." He went, "Yeah, I've got like 3 days to build and paint them. They've got nubs everywhere. I don't care."
Yeah.
They're just to go on the table so people can play with them and see them. So
they store miniatures very much follow the 3 foot rule.
Yeah.
Yeah, bless. I'm just going to quickly make a brew, mate.
Yeah, you go make a brew.
Because I've got to walk for a little minute.
Hey, she's going in the
All right.
bathroom.
Back in a sec, gents.
Have fun.
I'll probably pop off when
Okay.
Cole comes back because I've got to have dinner.
I'm just going to give Mama Fox a quick hug, so give me 2 seconds, Si. I won't be
Yeah,
one.
man.
I know I'm leaving you on your own, but...
That's fine. I can do chat.
Okay,
It's all right.
one
I
sec.
could stay.
No,
I could
no,
stay
you
for a
go-
minute
Colin,
if you want.
You go and walk around,
you go,
Colin.
Cole, I'm fine.
You've got no option. I'll be back in 1 sec.
Did you used to work retail or elsewhere as well then, Retro Rabbit? I will make sure that Fox sees that comment, Paul, so we can push that. But for anyone that's not actively reading chat, Paul Di Tommaso is having a bit of a hard time in life at the moment, and he's posted a GoFundMe in the Boom Hut. If anyone can and has a few quid spare, I'm sure he would massively appreciate it and be forever grateful to anyone that could help him out. All the best to you, Paul. I hope things get better soon, mate.
I am back.
Hi, welcome back.
Hello.
We were just saying, Fox, and I don't know.
Yes.
You
Sorry, I'm
can.
coughing my lungs up here. Sorry.
But if you're able, it might be worth pinning. Paul's created a GoFundMe just to try and get by, and it's in the Boom Hut.
Yeah.
If you can pin it, maybe, or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I hope things get better, Paul.
Yeah. I mean, just see. Normally we don't allow that kind of thing, but we'll make an exception for Paul. So I don't know if you're able to. You can do that site. You're a mod. Oh no, you're not. Oh yeah.
We'll sort that out.
Let me do that
sort
now
out.
because I don't want one of the other mods to see it and say to get rid of it. Let me do that now. 1 second, folks. Hello, Mama Fox. Let's have a look. Let me find it.
Oh, you could still buy the kilo in Canada. Well, I didn't think that would be a thing. Did that come all the way from England to you, Retro Rabbit? I bet they got kicked on the shipping.
Kick your shipping.
Speaking of that, actually, with the insane cost of containers nowadays, have you seen like a massive price rise on UW stuff in the last couple of years? I'm intrigued.
Who are you talking to?
Retro Rabbit.
Oh, right.
He used to work for GW Retail in Canada, and I just wonder if the huge price hike in like containers and whatnot if he's seeing a hit. Oh, that would make sense if they came up from US.
I shall read you shortly.
That's right, mate. We're back. Oh,
Have you had a good wander, Cole?
yeah, I've just had a trundle along now. I'm just stood up for a bit more.
Good lad. Okay, I've
Fox is very proud of his keyboard, RJC models.
Oh, can you hear my keyboard? Yes, it's my IBM Model M.
Yeah, it's from about 1902, isn't it?
It's the best keyboard ever made by humans ever.
Didn't you have one break like a year and a half, 2 years ago, and you had to find a replacement? Yeah.
No, it's not an original 1980s Model M. It's the modern. It's a company that bought all the molds to the IBM components and makes them. So there's basically a Model M, but it's like manufactured now.
Oh, so it's a bit like modern day DeLoreans, but better.
Yeah, kind of. I think I've pinned that now. Do let me know if it's not pinned properly. I don't quite know how. Oh yeah, it's done. Yeah, it's done. Yeah, it's basically the company, because IBM stopped making them, and Lexmark bought all the molds and then sold it to a little company who now make them, using all the original molds and all the components of the same plastic. So it's basically, unless you can find an old IBM Model M keyboard, is Model M keyboard, which will cost you hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pounds.
Yeah.
These guys make them. So, yeah, they only cost you hundreds of pounds.
Yeah, it's basically a knackered old 1970s keyboard that they charged the earth for.
No, it's not at all. It's only about a year old, and it comes with a Windows key, which of course is important.
So has it got modern day incantations of the original switches and whatnot? I'm guessing.
It is exactly the same switches.
Oh wow!
It's the buckling spring mechanism.
Yeah.
Everything about it. If you were to put it right next to an original IBM Model M, you wouldn't be able to tell them apart. Other than
really?
Other than the label on the top, which
And the Windows key, yeah.
Yeah, apart from the Windows key, you can get them without. But unless you were able to tell the two different types of plastic apart, and I suppose the circuit board inside might be a bit more modern. But other than that, the actual mechanics is exactly the same. So you wouldn't be able to tell them apart.
Colin, I'm sending you a link or an image on Messenger that I need you to share with the stream if you can. This is your next project.
Oh,
is it?
Yeah, it's your next project.
This is Colin's next project.
Yeah, because it involves some scratch building. It's the coolest rendition of a Gorkanaut that I've ever seen.
Oh, Gorkanaut. Ooh.
Oh.
It's
mate.
It's basically a pirate Gorkanaut.
You know what's making me sad at the minute, Si? Is if you go on Forgeworld, the Orc range on Forgeworld is just decimated. There's almost nothing there.
19 options, isn't there?
Yeah, there's 19 things. It's not like half the stuff says out of stock. It's just nothing. And they've got all the bits for the Stomper except the actual Stomper.
Love it.
I'm going to Forgeworld.
Yeah, it's just the range they've got on there now is it's shameful. Often it'll just say out of stock online.
See, I'm safe to go to Forgeworld because how cool is that?
That is brilliant, isn't it?
Oh, can you zoom in on that at all,
cool.
Col, or make it bigger? Or
no,
that's awesome.
You might be able to save the file to disk and then.
I'll save the file to disk and reopen it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is that completely scratch built, or is that based on the Morkanaut and then Gorkanaut and then just
that
modded?
uses the Gorkanaut model as a base, and it's just got additional plasticard. It looks like he sculpted the sword.
Yeah, probably has.
It looks like Sculpey to me.
Yeah, could be.
With some plasticard bits on it.
Well, could be wood.
It could be wood.
It looks a bit like MDF.
It might even be Ren shape.
Oh yeah, that's expensive, but it could be.
Yeah, for those of you that don't watch Adam Savage's Tested, Ren shape is something that you use a lot in the movie industry. It's a type of foam that's incredibly dense.
It's like foam, but it treats like wood, doesn't it? Basically.
Yeah, it looks like that on the blade, doesn't it?
That's a really moulded MDF wood stuff like you get in CV, or it's Ren shape. I think. I'm not sure. Could be.
It looks like he's extended the shoulder joint out as well.
That
looks like it could be a dowel or something.
I like the fact he's got the right leg up in the air. That's the problem with the Morkanaut and Gorkanaut. They're kind of not very active. They're a bit boring.
Yeah. They are very static.
I love the rubber tubing. I'd love to know how he's done that.
It's brilliant, isn't it?
The tubing is made. I'll send you a link for one later.
Is it plastic straws?
No, there's a tool for green stuff.
Oh yeah.
So it's literally 2 plates of acrylic which has got ridges that run across it.
Oh, and you make a straight tube and then you
rub it between the 2 sheets and you get one of those striated tubes.
I think Colin may have just had a bit of a trouser temp when you said all that.
And there is coming off of the gun arm, that looks to be guitar string or maybe a bass string.
Which one?
So it's
the silver metallic cable.
Yeah, that looks like guitar.
Where the mouse is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like a bass string, doesn't it?
Bass.
Yeah, but any of the green tubing will be done using one of the, well, at least the tubing that looks like a tumble dryer hose will be done in one of the tools.
Yeah.
And he might have one without the ridges in to just make very uniform tubes as well.
I like the fact that there's a tool to make ridged tubing. You know what I'm going to be looking for later.
Oh yeah.
I'll find one and send.
How much is the Morkanaut / Gorkanaut? Like 35 quid or something? 40 quid?
It's in that region. It might even be 50.
See, I must admit, I've looked at it and thought,
The main problem with it is
It's not. It's just stood there. It's just like. Bleh.
well, it's very static, but
Yeah.
for what it is, if you spend like I think literally the Stomper is twice the size
Yeah.
for about 15 quid more.
Yeah. See, I wasn't sure when I was talking about the Stomper earlier, because I know Forgeworld had like you could buy the Stomper and then you buy it's like a knight. You buy the Stomper and then you buy the arms and bits different separately. But they haven't got the Stomper in stock, and I'm like, it doesn't say anywhere. Do these bits fit on a normal plastic Stomper, or do you get a plastic Stomper body with the Forgeworld one, or is it all resin? Because it seems odd they've got all the bits, but they don't have the actual Stomper body anymore.
The Forgeworld Stomper stuff is all add-on components for the plastic Stomper.
Oh, okay. So you
Like
can just,
I think Forgeworld has a head, if I remember
yeah,
rightly.
they've got a head and arms, haven't they?
I'm just going to have a look at it now.
Because I seem to remember you could just buy the whole thing in one go, but it doesn't seem to be there anymore.
Yeah, in the past, I think you're right. They essentially sent you all the resin components in a plastic kit.
Yeah, basically it was a mixed medium.
Yeah, that's definitely 100% a plastic Stomper.
Yeah. But if you're on there now, look at the range. It's 19 things. That is so much reduced. It's really weird because, like I say, normally it'll say out of stock or not available online because they're redoing the molds. But that's just like there's nothing there.
To be fair, that is as extensive as the Orc range has ever been.
I'm sure there's been more. I'm sure you've had loads of freebooters and you've had the truck with the big cannon in the back and stuff like that. I'm sure there's been more than that.
Well, there used to be an Orc truck which had like an armoured cab, and it basically just looked like an American Peterbilt 18-wheeler.
And there's the one that's in the Squiggoth as a comparison. It's the truck with the massive dirty great gun in the back, some kind of big energy weapon thing. But again, that's not there.
They used to have a battle wagon as well, and then the plastic kit was released, and that got scrapped.
Yeah, it seems a shame because I'm sure I've seen more stuff in there, like especially things like freebooters and other things that are just because you can't.
Yeah.
It seems weird that you can't actually get any freebooters.
But whilst I'm here, this you were looking at one of the flyers last weekend. It was where am I?
What the Arvis lighter?
No, it was one that I think you said you hadn't seen it before.
Oh yeah, the pointy Imperial one.
Yeah, and I tell you why you like it.
Because it
looks exactly like an X302 from SG1.
Are you about to SG1 me, aren't you?
Yeah. Yeah, the Imperial Navy Boss pattern Lightning Strike Fighter. It looks just like
the X302.
An X302.
In the middle of my backswing.
And the Marines. There's a Marine flyer that looks. It's essentially a Viper.
Are you? Yeah, you're not going to get me to go to Forgeworld, Simon.
No, I'll just send you links.
I'm sure you're
I'll
having...
send Colin links so he can open them. So you have to look at them.
How weird is this? Right, I've glued this guy's arm on for his big thingy claw, and the only position it fits is in that real derpy waving it in the air pose.
I like your thinking there, Si. See,
weird.
whenever anyone goes to Forgeworld on these streams, bad things happen.
Yeah,
well, I'm innocent.
Bad money things happen.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the only place I can put that arm is up. It's really weird.
The unfortunate thing about that knob body is it forces you to have the arm like that.
Yeah.
Of the manner in which the shoulder is sculpted.
It's like, what? That's a little bit dumb. I can't put the jaw on the shoulder, you muppet. That was not the shoulder. That was a jaw.
I've sent you a link to the green stuff roller jig.
Oh, cheers. Cheers, Si.
And there's also 2 links that you need to open for demonstration purposes.
Here we go.
Stream.
Yeah, no worries, mate.
Because the stream the chat may not understand which Forgeworld miniatures we're talking about.
You know, I was just there last night, and you know.
No, that's understandable.
Nothing's going to have changed.
You may have been there last night, Fox, but the chat may not have been with you.
I see what you did there, you tart.
There may be members of the chat that weren't present for last night's stream.
This is fan service. You need to look after your audience.
Why do I get the impression there's been a little off-air conversation going on during this stream that I've not been
There
party
hasn't.
to?
This is genuinely coming off my head. But all I've done, the only conversation me and Cole have had, has been me barraging him with links.
Let's get the links open.
I could go off
Because
you,
we can.
It's very easy to go off people, you know.
Lamekins.
Yeah, but you haven't done that in about 4 years, so you know I'm in pretty safe territory.
Brilliant. Now I've put that head on him with the skull on it, and I can't fit this shoulder pauldron on because it's. Oh yes, tenuously I can.
Look at that.
So purely for the benefit of the chat.
It looks a bit like. Wait, I'm trying to think of the X302 now. Yeah, because the X302 is based on the Death Glider, isn't it?
Yes, and it's got the wings that have the same pitch as this plane.
Right in my head right now is the entire soundtrack to Stargate the movie.
You know you want it.
Oh, that is what I've been looking at, but the difficulty I've got is I need to get really comfortable with Forgeworld before I build something that needs to look neat and tidy.
Yeah, that's fair.
Why do the wings look like back to front Valkyrie wings?
Because they're back to front Valkyrie wings.
I mean, it almost certainly has
Colin,
components from a Valkyrie.
Colin, do a little Google search for X302 Stargate and people can see what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do that in a sec.
Yeah, I think the thing with me is I need to get happy with Forgeworld that I'm doing it right, because with Orc stuff, if I've got like mismolds or warped bits that I can't quite fix and stuff like that, and like little bubbles, I can quite happily leave them because it's Orc and it's supposed to be junk anyway. Or I can try and fix them, and if it doesn't work, it's not fun. But if it's like a nice aircraft, you can't have bubbles and seams and gaps and things. It's like,
So you can kind of see what I'm thinking here, guys. Chat, like that to me looks quite similar.
Video.
That's a video. Ah!
I mean, they can still see it off to the right.
Is that the image?
Yeah.
I mean, that one works. It's a very similar profile to the Forgeworld image.
Cockpit set a bit further back on the Forgeworld one.
There you go.
But it's got a similar profile to it.
Yeah.
And
F302, not X302. Yeah.
My bad.
No, I called it that as well.
The other one that I sent you, Cole, the other Forgeworld model, the one to the right of that to me is a Viper.
Exactly, Colonial Viper, absolutely.
Yeah.
Because it's got the square nose, that's why.
Look at that, Fox. That's within your budget, mate.
No. You can't tempt me with them because, like I say, I need to be absolutely happy working with resin before I get some of the thing. If it needs to look neat and tidy, I can't do it. I haven't got the skills yet. Like I say, Orc stuff, I can hide things with weathering and damage. Get away with it. I cannot be as perfect and it's kind of reasonable. But something like that, it'd drive me nuts having to make sure everything was lined up and perfect. Oh no.
Yeah.
Don't need to spend that money just yet when I'm not at that level.
Oh, how cool is that?
Oh no. I've put Colin in the Forgeworld hole, and this was not my intention.
Oh no, splash damage!
No, I'm looking at the roll making set.
Alright.
Oh yeah. Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
brilliant.
Yeah,
you
but
can
don't-
show that to chat if you want, Cole.
Don't forget, Si, that's how I got knackered with the Squiggoth, because I tried to tempt Colin at Forgeworld and ended up getting my own splash damage. From my
That's true.
Temptation rocket launcher went horribly wrong.
So yeah, this is how that chap made all the wires on that Morkanaut.
So it's just a textured tube, isn't it, basically?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see. I get you. It's like a. Yeah, I know what you mean.
And then you so that'll come with the top plate as well, and you basically just roll it against the ridges using the top plate, and you get the tube.
It's what they used to use. It's very similar to what they used to use in the olden days to make pills in the Victorian times, when pharmacists used to make pills. They'd put it in and they'd do that and roll it and make it into little circles.
Yeah, the simplicity of that is brilliant.
This is what we were saying yesterday to Jeff at Candygram when he was talking about his concentrifier tool. It's like, you know, even if it's something really simple, it's worth working on it because it's something that everybody will want once it
The
once it
ultimate
exists.
tool to make all kinds of tubes, tentacles, and wires.
You know the best thing about tubes is that they're tubes, and you get to say tubes.
Tubularity.
You get to say tubes a lot. Tubes.
I mean, look at them tentacles. Brilliant.
I beg your pardon. Please don't ever say that again.
Realistically, when you think about it, some of the simplest tools in the world are the best.
Yeah,
I
like,
mean,
it's like the thing that makes corrugated iron out of tinfoil by just crumpling it.
well, just look at a hammer. You wouldn't change a hammer.
No.
It's fit for purpose.
If I
You
had
mean-
hammer,
Yeah, toothpaste squeezer to make corrugated. It's brilliant.
I'm afraid there's been a terrible development with this jaw on this guy, Simon. I've put
Okay.
the shoulder pads too high, and his head turns slightly. So if I can put the jaw on, but it looks like Geordie LaForge more than
Oh dear.
it's kind of covering his eyes up, which is kind of funny, but doesn't really. Yeah, it doesn't really work. I put.
Well,
the
I mean, they are intended for helmeted heads.
yeah, I'll put it to one
So-
side and keep it for something else. Right, so I've got that bit. Let's glue his torso to his ridiculous gorilla butt. He looks like he's trying to poop something out. It just
Yeah.
because if
They're
you
just
because you've got a little bit of a line there in his chest, and if you place it in the leg so it doesn't suddenly stop and it's no longer visible, then he's kind of like that.
yeah. There's no way to get rid of the.
He's kind of leaning
the
forward
squat.
like a. It's like some sort of Ren and Stimpy, Mike Crick-Falusi animated character nonsense. It's just dumb. I'm going to have to glue them together anyway. Dumb or not.
Right. Anyway, I need to go and have dinner.
Go and have dinner,
folks.
buddy.
So,
No worries, Si. Always brilliant to see you, mate.
Absolutely,
it's
big
been
hugs.
Lovely. And we will catch up next week.
Yeah, no worries,
Yep,
mate.
absolutely. Thank you for coming on, buddy.
Yeah.
You're always
My
more than
pleasure.
welcome to join us, even if it's just voice only. You're always more than welcome because you're the resident
Okay.
dude with the knowledge of things.
The dudes. All right. Goodbye, chat.
Take care,
Goodbye,
buddy.
Carl. Goodbye, Fox. Goodbye.
Take care, Si.
Good night, John boy.
Bye.
Bye now, bye. Silly gorilla butt. My arse.
You've really got the lip on there.
It's not so much the lip as the arse. Just nonsense. That was nice.
That was nice to see, Si.
Yeah, nice to
Really
get Si
was.
on the stream. He's a good lad. He's a good lad.
I see. I liked how he tried to get you to go to Forgeworld.
Yeah,
Good
he
man.
tried, bless him. He was on your side there, but yeah, he kind of realised it was slapping back on you a little bit.
Good deflection. I'll give you that.
Not all of us were on the second Forgeworld visit, says Panzer Cat. Oh, so he's not seen what I bought. He's trying to get me to go and show him what I bought, isn't he?
He is.
Retro
You
Rabbit,
know he's not going to stop
No.
until you show him.
Retro Rabbit says, I went to Forgeworld last night too. My wallet screamed and I hid in the cupboard.
Yeah.
RJC Models is in. He says, I steer clear of all the Forgeworld, all the Space Wolf goodness.
Hello, Reese. How you doing, mate?
Retro Rabbit says that Wave Japan sells spring cables in various diameters. You can get them on HLJ. Retro Rabbit also says a Logitech G413 on his main desktop, which is his second favourite keyboard ever. The Model M is on my 486 Retro PC. The Model M is the best keyboard ever. It is. It is. It's the best keyboard ever made, and if you say otherwise, you're clearly a spoon. Lynn is going to say goodbye because her internet fell over and she's on the phone using data. She's gone.
Yeah.
Take
See
care,
you
Lynn.
later, Lynn. Take care, darling.
I agree, it's the very best keyboard. I have an original PS2 Model M, very clinky keys, absolutely. Reece says it reminds him of being at school. I wouldn't mind, but the keyboard's a good 3 foot from the microphone. Wayne Model Works is in, welcome Wayne.
Hello, Wayne. How you doing, mate?
Paul says the Xiphon is a kit I'd like to get, but right now I've got more important things. You have. Keep it as a future dream kit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. It's good to have these things.
Once you're back on your feet, mate, it's one of those you can treat yourself to, isn't it?
Yeah, treat kits. It's like goals. It sounds really cheesy to say have yourself goals to achieve, but it's good to have something. When everything's kind of piling up around you, it's good to have a flagpole to see off in the distance to aim towards.
Well, it's your light at the end of the tunnel,
Yeah,
isn't
exactly.
it? We all do it.
Yeah. Why can't I buy just the plasma cannon from the Stormblade without the rest of the tank? I already have the tank. I just want the gun, says Rabbit. It's also got a custom turret as well. But yeah, though that one you have to buy. It comes with the plastic parts of the tank. It might have some other custom parts of the hull, I think, as well, which require fitment to the plastic, and therefore, yeah. Whenever you buy, they had quite a few variants of the Bane blade. Only one on at the minute, and they all come with the plastic parts included. A lot of the stuff on there, the tanks on there, are actually part plastic kits because they use plastic bits, and you don't get the entire Bane blade. If you get those kits, you just get like the track units and maybe a couple of the hull, but you don't get the whole Bane blade kit. If you got yourself a Bane blade, you have to buy a Bane blade at 90 quid plus the resin bits. Probably cost you more. Wayne says he's struggling on his helicopter build. He's struggling with the cockpit right now, trying to get it painted and detailed. I thought it would be really boring to just sit there and watch me struggle in a video.
Are you using slightly fruity language again, Wayne?
Yeah, he says, Panzer says, you have to bear in mind how much can be seen through the cockpit glazing. And he says, I know, but it's got bubble canopies, and even at 1/72 you can see quite a bit. Yeah. Plus, he knows it's there.
Yeah.
Right, that's the dude built. I've got some bits to add on to him. What can I add on to him? I've got to give him a backpack, although I don't know if it'll fit on with those big... Do I give him rockets, or do I give him... bullets?
See, I don't have options. See, I just put everything on.
Well,
so
I can't give him more than one backpack, though. That's the
yeah,
difficult
I'm the worst person to ask that.
Look at this. That's attached to the sprue by 2 gates on each end. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's excessive.
That's nonsense. I think that might be a misprint. It's kind of nonsense. It is a bit silly. What else can I stick on there? Call it quits in a little bit. It's 6:30. I'll make some dinner in a minute. Well, in a bit.
I'll take it Mum's up then, is she?
I should bloody hope so. I'd be exceptionally upset if she's gone back to bed again.
Yeah.
Okay,
He said, Wayne's saying I've used such terrible language already, but that's actually par for the course. Good man.
Good lad. I've actually got this backpack off, and the back isn't compatible with that backpack. So what I'll have to do is cut that little thing off the backpack so it is compatible.
Retro rabbits off. It's got to go shopping. It's minus 23 degrees outside.
Jesus Christ, that's not even a real temperature, Sam.
Yeah, that's I'm staying indoors. Do they do delivering?
That's not even a real number or anything. I don't think that's how numbers work, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, that's proper cold, isn't it?
Okay, well, he doesn't need all that ammunition because he's not got the big heavy weapon. He doesn't need rockets because he's not got the rocket gun. I can give him a thing with stick bombs. It's a bit rubbish. What if I give him a backpack with bullets anyway, even though he doesn't need them? And then I can stick the... No, this looks a bit weird. Looks a bit weird. I'm putting logic... I'm trying to apply logic to an orc.
Yeah, I was going to say...
It's stupid, really.
Yeah. Don't overthink it, just orc it.
I've already overthinked it. Overthinking was at maximums.
Yeah.
I can put that on there.
See, this is the hardest part for you because you've been so used to having to build to a certain way. Now, suddenly orc, you can just cobble it together.
Yeah. Well, I think what I'm going to do, because I'm going to do a little bit of what you would prescribe, not right now, but when I glue these together.
Yeah.
He's got these 2 standards.
Yeah.
That go on his back. So he's got these 2 standards here.
Yeah.
But what I want to do is give him this little quiver full of stick bombs.
Yeah.
That's on camera. Because I can't give him the backpacks, because the backpacks are ammunition for the big shooter, which he hasn't got. Or rockets for the rocket launcher, which he hasn't got. What I'm going to do is have this, but then I'm going to put both of these on that, and have these like tied together with a bit of plastic card, like he's just literally like strapped them together with a bit of spare leather.
Yeah. Yeah, or wind some easy line round it.
Yeah, and it'll just look like really cobbled and ramshackle.
See? You're releasing your inner orc.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you, soldier.
Or I'll figure something out anyway. But I think what I'm going to do... I think we'll call it a show, to be honest. Yeah. I need to go make sure Mama Fox is down and settled. And I'm kind of getting hungry.
Not a problem.
So what I think we'll do, we'll call it a show there, folks. So thank you very much for joining us today. It's 6:45 anyway. Thank you very much for joining us today. Colin, thank you for joining me as always, my
Not
co-host.
a problem, mate. Always glad to help you out.
Yeah, big massive thank you to Simon for popping in and saying hello.
Absolutely.
And his advice. We will be back. I will be back tomorrow, hopefully at some point tomorrow. Don't know what time. For Warhammer Sunday.
Absolutely.
You'll be back at 12:30. I take it for.
Yeah, and if you want me on Warhammer Sunday, I'll be there.
Of course, I want you. You're the co-host.
Yeah.
I just don't know what time yet.
No worries.
Yeah, so I'll be back tomorrow. Aim for
At some point.
Yeah, aim for 3:00. Might be 4:00. Might be who knows when. But yeah, I'll be back tomorrow anyway, and then we'll both be back on Monday for Warhammer Sundays. For E-Models Monday.
Absolutely.
So again, this week I'm going to try and make a start on the Tamiya T62A tank. Again, try. About the 4th week I've been trying to make a start on that. It's not happened yet. I've not even built one guy tonight. Rubbish, isn't it? What have you done, Cole?
I've done me bases, given them a quick coat, and I'm just going round decorating me tyres.
I've not even finished one guy. I've not even
Little bit of soot on the exhausts, and yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, man, I've done nothing basically.
So that and me little bit of rubble at the side of the road, and
That looks mint, that does.
so it's got to give that a few more coats and a bit of dust and
Dry
detritus.
brushing
And,
the stuff on the edges and that what mint.
you've got it.
Yeah, awesome. Right, well, I think that's going to do us. So thank you very much, everyone, for watching. Don't forget, of course, if you'd like to help support me and Colin and keep both of our channels alive, because we depend on you guys to keep it existing, you can support us on Patreon or by becoming a channel member. You can go to patreon.com/modelmakingguru and become a patron, or you can press the join button underneath my video content to become a member. Either way, you're supporting the channel directly, you're keeping it alive, and you get access to the free 24/7 hangout. Again, don't forget, of course, you can support Colin's channel as well, which is patreon.com/Festa67s Workshop, or again on his videos, you can press the join button under his to become a member there as well.
Absolutely, and that gives you full access to the 24/7 off-air hangout and the Facebook chat to go with it, folks.
Yep. So there you go. So until then, we'll see you tomorrow. So until then, take care of yourselves. Go make something awesome. I haven't got a big trump built up, I'm afraid, Cole. Sorry. So no big trump when we end. Go make something awesome. Go be awesome. And until next time, I shall say thank you very much, Colin, as always.
Absolutely.
Until tomorrow. Adios, amoebas.
Bye.